All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pre-Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, everybody out there. I hope you're having a great day. Look, it finally feels like spring, summer, spring anyways, out there, so that's good. Still a little cool in the mornings, but at least it's, feels spring-like and not like freaking winter. It's crazy.
It's freezing over here, man. Well, let me not say freezing. It's 50 degrees. Not bad. 50 degrees. That's not freezing, but it's chilly. It's chilly. We still haven't.
The warmer weather's coming your way. Don't worry. We'll send it on here.
Well, I know what, not you specifically, but I know Manitoba is sending a lot of smoke our way. What's that about, man? More forest fires over in Canada?
Yeah. Out Saskatchewan. I know specifically I was looking at has a bunch of forest fires. So yeah, it's been tough if you're out in the west already. I mean, it is forest fire season, but normally it's a little later in the year. So I'm surprised it's happening so early.
Yeah, they're blaming the bugs. I hear the bugs have killed a lot of trees out there, and a lot of dead wood that catches fire easily. So damn them bugs. All right, friends, let's get to it. Bloomberg was talking about it this morning. Trust me, I did not go out there and do that research. It came to me. So he's like, "Oh, Carlos is a bug expert." No, I'm not. It just came out of my lap. It was an easy one. Friends, let's take a look at the U.S. economic calendar. What's happening today? Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, look, I put the two key things on there for you to be aware of. Nothing this morning, so no early morning numbers, but 10 o'clock could be a big one. Factory orders are expected to show contraction, significant traction in the U.S. economy, down 3.1%. If it comes in worse than that, that will not be good, and we certainly will see a reaction, especially being that the the previous number had been a 4% growth. So if we actually do see 3% shrinkage, that's sort of be the biggest number that we've seen in a while. So we'll see what happens. The other one that we always look for is the job openings, and expected to be again 7. You can see the number here, 7.1 million job openings there. Now this will be an interesting one to see how the number comes out and what the market reaction is. Now we might not be able to distinguish the market reaction between these two as they're coming out at the same time. But that job openings is slightly lower than the number of available jobs we had previously. And in an economy where the administration has promised more jobs, I don't know if the market will really care, right? Like, it's not a market thing. It's certainly a broader economic indicator, but I just don't know, right? We don't know in this time. So especially being that I expect some messages from the White House based on this economic data being released. So stay tuned for that. We know that we are news driven, and tweets can have more impact than the actual market than the data. So 10 o'clock key time. If you're trading this morning, be aware of that. Later on today, we do have a number of Fed speakers that I didn't have a chance to put up there. 12:45, 1 o'clock, and 3:30 are when we've got some Fed speakers out there. But again, relatively low impact compared to the 10 a.m. data. So stay tuned. So this morning, we're going to take a look at what's gapping. And hey, look, the good news is we have a lot on the green side. That being said, the actual market indices are pretty flat, like flat to just barely red here. So we get a little bit of divergence, I guess, in our economic data. So we'll see what that means for us this morning. Oh, I don't have to look at the international markets. I'll just take a quick peek because it's interesting that there is some discrepancy out there. I guess the looks like the German markets are up. The European markets overall, though, are down, as is the Nikkei, the Japanese index. So a little bit of a mixed picture out there. Gold, I noticed, and silver are both down today. We don't talk precious metals here a lot, but my goodness, they have been like running and gunning like crazy. So if you've got that gold bullion hidden in your basement, maybe you want to cash some of that in, or at least it's worth more. So
there you go. All right,
yeah.
excellent. Thanks, Peter. Guys, let's look at our trading terminal scanners. Here, the gap up and gap down. Again, you can get this completely free over at tradingterminal.com. And as Andrew has been showing you in the last couple of days, again, a lot of cool stuff. Even this new news page that we have with trading terminals. .com, which gives you a lot of great information. So definitely check all that stuff out at tradingterminal.com, including these scanners that are completely free to you. All right, let's dive right in, guys. So we got a couple of things here in the green this morning. I do see a couple of quantum tickers. We have HIMS back in play, up 6%. Some big numbers here on the first two at least, and I see. Wow, no low floats on this list, right? So only the lowest flow we have, I'm showing on this list, is 23 million shares float. Yesterday we had a bunch of them, like the top 4 or 5 were under like single digits at least, right? So today only one, the rest are higher float. So that being said, like you usually say, Peter, that those Mondays, right, when we have all this pharmaceutical companies reporting, you tend to get some of that. All right, let's jump right in here. Give me 1 second. I have one hotkey that's acting up here, and it's not letting me switch from the screen. That is not good. We were doing some changes on the fly yesterday, and for some reason this one is just stuck here. And I'm trying to get
stuck screen.
Yeah.
Let me talk about the first one, AGEN. This is Agenus Biotech. It does. They do have some news. Anyways, they've entered into a strategic partnership, a collaboration with a company called Zydus Life Science, worth about $140 million to develop a new drug. So they're going to work together, and that's good. They get a big payment. So I guess they've been doing the early development. Zydus is paying them $75 million, another $50 million of contingent payments, and then some investment. So, and in turn, they've granted an exclusive license in India and Sri Lanka for this drug. So anyways, good strategic partnership here. That's why this AGEN is popping up. Carlos is looking at a gold. I don't know what he's looking at. And we can't hear you, Carlos.
Yeah, I was just kind of stuck fixing this issue here. Okay, we're good now. Screens are working. I just flipped through all of them. They're all good. Just looking at AGEN. And here it is. Again, typically not something I trade, Peter, but I'm not sure if you're going to be watching it this morning. I won't. No. I mean, if you like it, it's in play. Definitely put it on your list, up 22% with some good volume this morning. And what is this? S&T and an I. What do we have here? So it was halted this morning already. Trading has resumed. And the month size looks a little bit funky. I'm not sure what this is, but just maybe an extra digit that doesn't belong there. But there you go. If you like it, definitely in play this morning. I'm going to skip on that one. We'll go to the next one. Is going to be CRDO. So CRDO, this is CRDO Technology. Nice pop today this morning of 14%, 459,000 shares traded right now. So nice daily here. Typically does not get great volume, and you can see that at the bottom. They're under 10 million going back all the way to looks like March. So not a lot happening there. Today that could change. It looks like earnings after hours or some kind of news after hours coming up here after the bell. Big pop, and then since then you're seeing them in play here. Could be a hit or miss, Peter. Are you going to be watching this one today? What's the latest and greatest?
No, so you hit it on the head. It is earnings. Looks like they had a good quarter. They beat their earnings. Now, this is one of these weird ones. It's CRDO Technology Group Holding Limited. Man, you got a lot of Group Holding Limited. Anyways, and it feels sketchy because it's based out of the Cayman Islands. They hit a record revenue in this quarter of $170 million. From I don't know what their ongoing operations are, to be honest. So, and anyways, it's a small enough company. I'm not going to follow it. Absolutely not. It's not the type of thing I like to trade.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I should. Let's see here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not in the chat. I'm logging into the chat now. I feel like we have a lot of clicks to get to the chat. Do you feel like that sometimes, Peter? Is it me, or is it like too much, like too extra? It's like log in, agree, Agreed. Log in again. It's too much. Trust me, we're going to make that easier. Our user experience is important to us. It is way too many clicks. Every time I think I'm in, I look over, there's one more click. There's one more click. I'm in the chat now, so I'm here, guys. Good morning. But yeah, we have to get that down to 2 clicks. User experience is very, very important. All right, let's
Carlos
hop on here.
rant.
No, I don't.
Carlos
I don't.
rant.
I rarely rant. I rarely rant. I'm not a ranter. I'm a rant. I'm inspired by
Profit
the
one.
rantee. I'm inspired by the rantee, which is you. But there's certain things that's just like, why is that? Why is that happening? That doesn't need to be there. All right, let's go. Then let's go to JOBY. Right, Joe. Nothing like the lightning cable. That would definitely get me going. But we're not. That has been since then corrected. Let's go to JOBY, which is Joby Aviation. We're popping up here 11%, 2.5 million shares traded. Again, pretty good pop this morning, Peter. Maybe some news. This looks good. Just got going here at 8 a.m. So could be fresh out of the oven here this morning, but looking pretty nice right now.
Yeah, well, they got some news that they have a customer. So Joby Aviation is working towards. So they haven't sold anything yet, but they've got apparently a deal to sell 200 air taxis to a major Saudi Arabian investor. It's expected to be about $1 billion deal. Which, if you do the math, that means each one of these air taxis costs 50 million bucks. There's got to be more to the deal than that because they can't be that expensive. But maybe they are. I don't know. Anyways,
No, it's
but
crazy.
so they've got a potential customer out of Saudi Arabia, and that's got to Joby Aviation popping up this morning.
That's wild. 50 million. That seems. Is it one of those things like the Rivian truck where each truck right now costs, based on how much profit they make? Are they doing it that way? Meaning they're keeping the warehouse open for just a couple of these, and then eventually when you actually mass produce, it'll be cheaper. I hope that's the
It,
case, or else
it
this is
could be. I
not.
mean,
Yeah.
this is more than just a deal to sell them, a few devices. I mean, I think they're committing to a 200 unit purchase, but they also get the rights to a distribution agreement in Saudi Arabia for Joby's electric aircraft. So it feels like it's more than that. But yeah, it's look, it's good news. They've got some interest. Again, they haven't closed the deal yet, so the movement of the stock is very speculative on the announcement that they're talking of a deal. And sometimes talking about a deal can impact the deal, right? So yeah, we'll see what happens. But if it closes, we could see further movement in Joby. And of course, if the deal falls apart, we'll see it go back the other way.
Yeah, yeah. It's looking good right now. I'm secondary. I know sometimes doesn't trade very well, but today looks good. So I'm going to put it at least on my secondary list because I know we do have some good stuff like Quantum doing some moves this morning. So we'll take a look at it. Good morning, Andrews in chat. He's like, that is the morning workout to get your buttons to start clicking so you can start being able to trade properly, which it makes sense. So
I
you got to get
see.
your fingers warmed up. So I agree. But
All
yeah,
right.
we'll look at that. We'll look at that. We love making things very easy for you guys and providing value. And Andrew's a big part of that, right? So we'll make that happen if we need to. All right, let's back at our gappers list. We have Joby. Wow, this thing is growing pretty fast. UEC. Let's take a look here. Energy company. Speaking of energy, we're going to jump right to the big one this morning with Meta and CEG. But this is UEC. They're up right now, 7.2 million shares traded. Uranium Energy, 809,000 shares traded. We've seen these guys pop up before, Peter. They don't trade very well, so for the most part, I'm going to just keep them off the list. But they're here today. But Peter, I'm sure you heard by now, Meta buying an energy company, which I think makes sense the way we're moving with all this energy consumption for all these data centers.
Right. Well, exactly. I mean, the Meta, as an example, is a big consumer of their energy, their products. So I guess it's not anti-competitive, I suppose, for them to start to buy up their own supply chain. But it's very interesting. Interesting that they would get into that. And yes, this deal announced by Meta that they are looking to buy up a company has nothing to do with. Well, as far as I know, I don't think it has anything to do with UEC. It's just we're going to see lots of companies, NuScale Power, Nano Nuclear, right? Oklo, all these ones that we like to watch are getting some advantage as a result of this announced deal this morning. So.
All right, so there you have it. Meta had a big day yesterday as well. If you look at the daily here, again, this thing is just doing so well. So big day for Meta. Again, I'm not sure how much this is going to affect Meta, but SEG, as you can see, they're obviously the ones that are going to benefit out of this deal. They're up 10% right now, 396,000 shares traded. I'm not sure how well they're going to trade. And is it a done deal, Peter? I kind of just read the message lightly. Is it a done deal, or is still got to get some approvals? Or
No, as far as I know, it's a deal. Now, I think that we got to be careful not to overstate this. Essentially, what they've done, as far as I can tell, is they were granted some share rights because they signed a 20-year power purchase agreement. So basically, they've agreed for 20 years they're going to buy energy from this Constellation Energy group. So that's a great long-term deal, right? It gives a lot of security and certainty in the business pipeline. And of course, Meta, you would expect for granting such a long-term deal, would want some say in how the company moves in the future, so they don't get caught out. So it all makes sense to me. I think that it's a good deal. CEG is going to see more benefit, I would think, from a stock movement perspective than would Meta. So because Meta's the buyer in this case, CEG is the seller. So I think if you're going to watch something and see if it gets some value, CEG would be the one. Relatively low volume on it this morning. I'm surprised. It is up 10%. Less than 400,000 shares traded though. It was up higher earlier this morning, actually, right after it was announced. It went to a high of 360, 363, looks like. So, yeah, we got some room to move if it decides to go. It might be worth keeping an eye on, but so far it's less energetic than I would have hoped.
So you did there. Yeah, I would expect this something a lot bigger. I don't see anything great even on the weekly.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, that was very good then. Very
Yeah,
natural.
look at that. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. Right.
That's just kind of slid that right in there. It was very good. The way I'm going to try to slid in our thumbs up help here from YouTube. If you could hit that thumbs up, we really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. But maybe it's just priced right? Maybe it's just right at the right price and doesn't need to go any higher. Maybe can't go any higher. Who knows? We got to see the details of what breaks out on this one. But right now, I have it on secondary. I don't think it's going to be the best stock for me to trade with the way I trade. So for my strategy, it's just a secondary for now. We'll keep an eye on what's going on there. All right, I see you guys screaming, hollering about Google. What's going on here? Let's just hop over to that. We are dropping here 2%. I'm trying to search news at the same time, but I don't see anything at the moment. Peter, do you see something, or even you guys that are calling it out in chat, do you see something on Google and what's causing this drop this morning?
Whoops, what happened here? Let's see, I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
Google, what's happening on Google? Is it just more AI stuff?
Could be. I don't see anything actually, not yet.
I don't
Yeah.
It looks like Apple says they're going to be adopting Perplexity. I don't know what that is, to be honest, as an alternative to the Google search on the iPhone. So it looks like they're dumping some of Google's back-end search engines in favor of another competitive product.
Oh boy,
that would move Google.
Yeah, so, some politician got upset about something here. All right, let's. I'm just speculating, but all right. So that's not good for Google. But I see Apple is not doing a whole lot. So yeah, that could be a problem. But then what it does is for us users now, right? And again, staying on with the theme of user friendliness. I love Google. Like, don't make me now have to go into settings and have to put Google as default. Just leave my phone the way it is, and then tell me, hey, if you don't want Google anymore, do this. But don't change my phone. Just leave it, Apple, please. Don't upset what's working for the most part. But these people, man, somebody gets upset. They want to change the way the Google is now as a default. Like, just stop. All right, but it is affecting Google, so we will put it on our list.
Second rant. Look,
You know what?
Carlos, you're on a roll today. I
Today
like it.
I'm gonna have to probably do some meditation before we go live trading because they're firing me up this morning. Let's add Google to the list, guys. Does look good, good volume. And again, we're saying, oh my God, big drop, but it's only 2%. I mean, this is nothing. We move like this quite a bit with these Magnificent Seven, especially the other ones like your Teslas and your Nvidia. So it's not really a big drop, but it is a shock to the pre-market at the moment, and we'll see how this continues. Definitely worth watching. And even with that, I think Apple's probably not going to move on this news because it doesn't really affect them. It doesn't really hurt their bottom line. At least I don't think it does. It doesn't change anything for them. And I don't see Apple doing anything at the moment. So pretty quiet right now. Google pays up to $18 billion a year to search engine on phones. Yeah, but if Google's not going to pay that anymore, then somebody else will. Apple's going to get their way one way or the other, right? So somebody else will pay it. And $18 million for what they make is nothing. You know, I'm sure Google and the $18 million is making probably 3 times that for having millions of people search on Google, right? So we'll see what happens. So that's the reason why, hence the reason why you see Google dropping, because it affects their bottom line, and Apple's like, we don't care, you know, we'll get the money from somewhere else. At least that's our speculation this morning. Heading back to our list, friends. So far just 2 on here, with plenty of views here. You. Let's take a look at this ticker. Energy, more energy companies here.
Yeah,
energy fuels. There's probably a few of these on here today, right? You have this one, UEC. Who else? I thought I saw some other ones, but Nano,
SMR,
APL. This was active. Yes, I don't remember what it was. So yeah, plenty of energy companies, and you kind of spoke about this, Peter, already, right? So it's overall energy, what's happening there.
Yeah, and again, it's all because of this deal with CEG and Meta. It's got people excited about the sector. There may be other long-term deals to come. So, but you know, that's all speculation. The only one that's directly impacted is, again, CEG.
Yeah. If this goes well for Meta, you're going to see other data centers doing the same thing. Like, hey, we could reduce one of the biggest costs of our business here, of operations, by buying the energy company, right? So that could you could see that kind of making a lot of energy companies happy. Let's go to APLD. This was active yesterday, if you guys know. It gapped up and actually did very well as far as the daily goes. It moved up pretty nice here. You can see in the intraday, good pre-market action, and also did well in the intraday, right? Didn't move a lot after like 11 or 12. And again, I didn't watch the price action to see how clean this was, but it did very well as far as the movement. Today they're up again, 6% right here, 8.5 million shares traded. Not a low flow stock, but I'm not sure how good this is going to be, Peter. What's your thoughts on it, and will you have it on your list?
I might actually, because I like the news. So it seems like it is a news for deals out here. And Applied Digital, APLD, they're up significantly because they signed a long-term lease agreement. Well, 2 of them, 2 long-term lease agreements with CoreWeave. That's another one we'd like to watch, right? CRWV. So CRWV is banking on a lot of future growth. And they're putting their money where their mouth is by signing this long-term deal with Applied Digital for data center space. It's expected to deliver Applied Digital about $7 billion in rental revenue over the next 15 years. So so they're committing to about $500 million a year here in rental lease payments. We'll see what happens. Now, remember, CRWV, CoreWeave, is the buyer in this case. Sometimes that means the buyer's price goes down, but this might be different because, again, it's not like they're buying the company. They're just buying a service, which says that they are putting money behind their anticipated growth. So I sort of like it. I don't know if Applied Digital is going to get the volume, but 8.5 million shares so far this morning. I think it's worth keeping an eye on at the open to see what happens.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, and it did well yesterday. Positive catalyst. Let's add it to the list. I'm going to add it here, APLD, right next to Google. And heading over to our list, SMR. Again, I'm going to skip on some of these energy companies. I'm going to look at some of the ones we like. I know SMR can be good. You also have Oklo, which I think trades a little bit better. They tend to to be more popular, at least in our community. And so I'd rather watch that one. Let's see how that one does. I'm gonna put it on a secondary because I still believe it's not the greatest stock to trade for me for the way I trade, but I think it's worth watching Oklo. So I'm gonna put Oklo and then SMR. I'll keep off the list for now. Peter, I know we talked about some of these energy companies. Are you gonna be watching any of them on your list? I don't recall if you did mention that.
Oklo, I was watching yesterday, so I might keep an eye on that and the CEG just to see what happens with it. But again, there's no news specifically on Oklo, so I don't think it's going to necessarily move. It looks
All
like
right.
we've got lots of other good things. It seems to be like deal
Yeah.
day here.
Yeah, yeah, everybody's trying to cut a deal. All right, and Jorn, he says he's in a weird time zone in Mexico, and it's already Tuesday. Anyways, happy day to you as well. Good, happy day to you, man. Thank you for joining us from straight from Mexico there. So I assume if you're saying weird time zone, you must be from Europe maybe, and the time zone is completely off. Because us in Mexico's we're not that far off as far as the time zone, but yeah, man, glad you're enjoying yourself out there. CRWV, we looked at. Am I going to add that to the list? Entertainment purposes, I think. It's hard to trace CRWV. And one of the reasons for it is because you can't short it. You can't short it. So we want to be very, very careful on here as well. All right, let's see. Moving on down. I think I'll stop here. Peter, anything you like off this Cappers list that we haven't discussed?
I'm just reading, this. Wow. Okay. Yes. NVTS I noticed on the list there. Semiconductor company that have announced another partnership. We got lots of partnership. They're partnering with Bright Loop partners to provide next generation hydrogen fuel cell charging. So that's probably all we need to know. But I love their press release, man. I feel like they were just like, you know what? If we can't blind them with brilliance, we're going to baffle them with bullshit. I feel like that's now. I mean, I'm sure this is all real stuff, but
I like
it's
it.
just like their press release is full of statements like, Navitas Semiconductor is the industry leader in Gen Fast gallium nitride and uh, silicon carbide power semiconductors, blah blah blah, and then it's like they go on to state that they are providing power conversion efficiencies of over 98% in extreme power densities up to 35 kilowatt hours per kilogram and 60 kilowatt hours per liter. Like, oh, that sounds great. I have no idea what. Anyways, Navitas's auto-qualified G3F SIG MOSFETs are incorporated into Bright Loop's 250 kilowatt HVDC converter with an output of 950 volts DC at 480 amps. Whoa, not that. Not 950 watts at 480 amps. Anyways, I don't really know if that's impressive or not, but they're stating it with such excitement. I assume it is. So NVTS, yeah, I read a lot more than you needed to know. It was entertaining me, so I thought I would bother you with it. Yeah, it looks like it's in play. So there's another one that you could potentially trade with 2.6 million shares traded. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do, but looks okay.
Yeah, that looks interesting. It's not a low float too, so I'll add on a
No,
secondary.
no.
I'll add on a
Yeah,
secondary. See
but
what
we've
happens.
seen it before, but rarely. This has occasionally popped up. If we want other things, we do have some earnings today. We could talk about Dollar General, DG. DG had earnings. Looks like they beat their numbers, both top and bottom line. Dollar General giving a little bit of a surprise returns, but that we've seen a lot of retailers that have had good returns in the short term. What I don't see is what their forecast. Oh no, I lied. Wait a second. It looks like they actually raised their outlook, so it's a little bit of a surprise. A lot of the retailers have either been pulling back on their guidance or just refusing to provide any. But it looks like they say, yeah, that's looking okay. They're going to raise their guidance. Now, I'm not sure if the Dollar General is changing their prices. They've been a little quiet on that, but whatever they're going to do price wise, they think that earnings wise that they're going to be fine. So that was the only gap up earnings that I had. Let's see, what are these guys doing? One that I've sometimes watched, Signet Jewelers. they don't get a lot of SIG is the ticker there. They don't get a lot of volume pre-market, but I had traded it before, and I think I have a soft spot because I traded it and made me some money. But Signet Jewelers had earnings beat top and bottom line as well. So
I figure I assume that's what the case was, that you traded in
yeah,
and you did very well on it, so it's like it made your list there. Yeah, but they're up big today, 17%, 100 and almost 200,000 shares traded. Normally they don't get a lot of volume, but today's their day. I mean, I'm gonna put it on my side list. I'm gonna put it on my Lenny list. I'm gonna call this the Lenny list. Because you know how Lenny
list.
has like A plus, A minus, BB, whatever. So I'm gonna put this on the Lenny list, meaning it's not gonna be on the bottom scanner here, on the bottom banner, but I will have it here just to check it a little bit later. So we'll call that the Lenny list from now on. All right, I think we're set, man. Again, everything, nothing in the red, all in the green. Let's look at some of our usual suspects. We got a little bit of time. Let's look at. Oh, do you have any more, Peter?
Well, I just one of our Will is mentioning. Will, I assume you mean CRDO, not CDRO. He said to take a look at that. It looks like yes, they did have earnings. CRDO, and they are up 16%, only about 500,000 shares. Yeah, so good quarter for them. Once again, their Q4 earnings looks like they beat top and bottom line, delivering 35 cents a share versus 27 estimate. So so that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I've never traded this. I don't know what it normally moves like, but it certainly had a big move after hours, and if it can retain that and add to it, it might be okay. I'll put it down here, but I don't think it's going to make my main list. So
Yeah, yeah. And if you're watching Engineering the Markets for those early birds, this morning, Jared did mention that, we'll see what we pick off this watch list, because it was not a lot that stuck out that looked great. As usual, we'll find something to trade. I see Quantum kind of making a way in here. I see QUBT making some noise.
We got nothing on the gap down list. What the heck?
No, but gap down is empty. Yeah, so we don't have anything there. But a QUBT, it's looking pretty good. Up 3.4, 676,000 shares traded. I like this one the way it's set up on the daily right now. Could be interesting. And then, Peter, as you know, there's a bunch of these IonQ. There's all kinds of quantum stuff that you can look at. And it looks like are they trying to make a bounce here? They had a bit of a sell-off the last few days, and now they're kind of curling up a little bit. So I'll be looking at QUBT. You guys could pick your favorites out of all the ones that we have here, including Hood. Hood is on the list as well.
One I'll mention that's gapping down from earnings. Used to be fun. Oh my God, it's horrible. NEO. NEO had earnings, and it looks like the Chinese EV market's gotten very competitive, and they missed top and bottom line. And all I can say is, even go back to during market hours yesterday, Carlos. Just look at yesterday's chart. Look at how awful that is. Like that's barcode. That is exactly what I tell people to avoid. So,
and that's a 5 minute.
If it's
I can't
trading like
imagine
that
the
is
one.
literally just computers trading against each other. You don't want any part of that price action. So, yeah, like look at that. That is horrid. So that is literally a barcode. Yeah. Like it's. I bet you if I scan that, I could get something for $3.99.
Oh yeah, but anyway. Take this to Target.
Well, apparently, I get something for $3.49 actually. So
yeah. It'll be great if this actually some kind of like a free discount item, a Starbucks or maybe Dunkin' Donuts. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Like, can you scan this, please? I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'll try to record it. Let's see what happens. If I get arrested, then Peter, you got to run the show. But yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. That is brutal. Again, NEO used to be one of our sweet stocks to trade, man. We made a lot of coin on that, but man, it has fallen from that place already. I think we're set. Google APLD QUBT. Again, we kind of mentioned it's going to be a interesting list this morning. I don't see anything else I like here. A quick look at our gappers list. You guys are mentioning HIMS. Let's look at that one. Then let's see what you guys like this morning. Then we'll head over to community events and announcement. HIMS up 7%. So we are getting a nice move here this morning. 5 minute chart here showing you a nice act. How come this is not on our list? It is actually. It is. I didn't look at it. So here's him up 7%, 3 million shares traded. And we know the stock can trade very well. I am going to add this to our list. See, we're building a nice list here already. So HIMS is good. Peter, any news on HIMS? They seem to be shooting up here pretty good.
Yeah, it's again, it seems to be Deal Tuesday here. We got deals going on all over the place. But it looks like HIMS is looking to buy a company called Zava, which is a European digital health platform, which would enhance their presence in the UK, Germany, France, and Ireland. So normally, when the company that's buying announces it, they don't see a boost. So it's interesting that this is pushing them higher today. So I guess it's seen as a pretty good acquisition for them.
That is really nice. I like the pre-market action. Great volume. Yeah, we'll add it to the list. This looks very good. All right, friends, we're starting our chat here, and if you want to join our BBT chat, you can always go head to bearbootraders.com, see other packages are available to you, and become part of the community, right? And the other day, we got a little bit of time. Someone asked me, they mentioned in chat, they're a profitable trader. They got a good strategy. They're consistent. What is the benefit for them, right? They were on YouTube to join Bear Boot Traders. Like, what will be the benefit? And one of the things is we have that in our community. There are a couple of people here that are profitable, that have been with us for a long time, that already figured it out, but they're still part of the community because the second thing you get out of it, right? The first one is the learning and, and building a strategy, building consistency, becoming profitable. That's the first part, right? Which is usually the harder part, obviously. The second part is a companionship. That's it. You come here, you become part of the club, you become part of a member for the companionship. Nothing fancy, but you'd be surprised how important that becomes, especially once you have, reached profitability like that person had. I'm not sure if you're still on now, but once you have reached your goals, the next thing is, okay, who do I have to share this with? That usually becomes more important than the first part when you get to that stage, right? I mean, Peter, I'm sure you can add on to this, how important the community has been for even you and me.
Right. Absolutely. Well, it's been instrumental in my development. And, it's the best thing I've done for my trading career. So, and of course, we've been here. Well, at least I've been here from the very beginning. So Carlos and I have been here for a while. So, we key part of our trading identity and what we do. Somebody was asking in the chat room earlier, Carlos, too, like, hey, what's the advantage? What should I look at versus the Bearable Traders, sort of the elite membership, or a Trading Terminal Academy? And they are different things with different offerings. The Academy has quite a number of very much in-depth courses where you can sort of get in for 5, 10, or 20 hours worth of accumulated study on a specific topic. So if you want to dive really deep on some topics, then the Academy's got that type of course. Whereas at Bearable Traders, like Carlos said, this is about consistency. It's about every day showing up, trading with the community, having that support. Our offerings help teach you new skills and tips, but they tend to be in sort of 1 hour blocks, right? It's about psychology. It's about, food for thought. It's stuff to add to your portfolio. And if you sort of consistently look at our webinars and attend the chat room, you'll get value out of Bearable Traders as opposed to the deep dive subjects that you can get on in the Trading Terminal Academy. So that might give you a perspective as to what the differences are. Different material for sure.
Yep, absolutely. I like the website now too. That they made a couple of changes here. Looks really, really nice. Very user friendly. I gotta tell you, very clean. So if you head over to tradingterminal.com Academy, nice. I like the comment here. Just like Netflix, but for traders. That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Why is our screens not showing? That's interesting.
Yeah, we got a lot of black going on here.
Yeah, and that's usually where our announcements are. So let me, you know what? We'll switch it the other way. Yeah, something's funky is going on with my hotkeys here, but that's okay. We'll figure out another way. We'll do it this way for now, Peter. But yeah, here it is, guys. Really, really nice, really clean, very Apple-like here. So that's awesome. You can always head over to bearbootraders.com, which is right over here. Click on webinars, and this is going to say it again.
I just noticed we had double Lenny in there. That was.
Oh, Lenny's probably on there as much as his watch list.
He's going to be on there a
Uh,
lot then.
oh
He's got a
yeah,
big
his
watch
watches
list.
is incredible. It's very long, in a good way.
He's
But here
got
it
the
is.
master list, I would say, yeah, the mega list. All right, guys. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is strategy day here at Bearable Traders, which means that we have got some strategy-oriented learning opportunities for you. So let's start in the middle of the day here at 11 and 12. We've got two different sessions with the small account option trade book session at 11 that's going to be led by Phil. And then at noon, we've got Nathan taking over to talk about Bookmap and other related tools. So if you want to talk tools, how you can apply them to help execute your strategy, then you got two opportunities there today at 11 and 12 with Phil and Nathan. Stay in the same place. They're both in the webinar room, one following the other. And then tonight we reopen the webinar room at 8 p.m. so Jared can talk about three different option strategies. I like how he says to pull credit from the SPX. So he'll talk about how you can use those profitably. And we know there's always a lot of interest in options. It's a very sort of cash efficient way of getting in the market, and something you should consider as part of your trading strategy. So if you want to learn more, well, you can attend with Phil at 11, and then you can get a deep dive with Jared tonight at 8 p.m. So hopefully you'll put those on your calendar. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders and you're not yet a member, well, there's every opportunity just by going to the bearabletraders.com website. Scroll down and you will see our membership options, everything from the intro right through to the elite annual. You can see that we still have that deal available, limited time on the elite annual. I don't know when Andrew's going to pull it off, but for the moment, it still exists. So click now. Andrew might chime in there and tell us when that's going to disappear, but I'm sure it'll be soon. So use that code Memorial50 to get that 50% discount. All right, Carlos, we can now get to setting some levels. We're doing okay on time. Do you have another rant? Anything else that's bugging you today? Can't hear you. How about the mute
No,
button?
no rants today. I'm happy.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm ready for this market open.
All right.
Yeah, everything is set. All right, so let's friends, let's jump right into this. So again, we have an okay list, not a blockbuster one, but that's okay. Things will continue to develop. But I just want to show you this tradingterminal.com gappers list. We just keep everything is green, Peter. I mean, it just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. We have more stuff coming up here. So again, it's gonna be one of those days where everything seems to be happy and green this morning. We have one that's red finally, Pony AI. Let's take a quick look why Pony.
Did you end up looking at that yesterday? I don't think you traded it, did you?
No, I didn't look at it. No. We had two trades. We had I forgot the first one, but the second one, Nvidia did really good. Had to wait a long time. Finally broke out towards the high of the day. But I looked at it, but I didn't really pay attention to it, to be honest. And it's usually what happens. We'll put it on the list, and then we just never really look at it. Tesla or Nvidia or anything else will keep us busy. But yeah, it's daily looks a little bit messy. It can move a lot too. Like the range this morning is $17.83. The low is 15.88. So it's got some movement in it. So be very careful if you do decide to watch this one. So, but again, I just don't think it's gonna be anything great. All right, let's do some levels, friends. We'll look at the first one on here. Is going to be our good buddy Google right now. Again, a little bit of a drop on some news or some changes to their search features. I'm assuming with Apple, which can cost them some money. We have 165.53 towards the bottom. We do have another area over at 162.99. And just in case, I don't think we'll get there, 159.82. Let me give you the daily here so you can look at that a little bit better. And if you look at these levels, they're right at key areas where you are seeing some support, resistance, in some cases a change in direction like you see here, right? Change in direction there, resistance as well, more resistance, more support. And that also is becoming your low of your pre-market. That is exactly where you had that bounce, right? No, not a coincidence, not a random place. That is obviously where this stock had prior resistance and support. So that's where you're getting that number there. So plenty of levels towards the bottom here. Towards the top, I think you're pretty set. Do not need to add anything. If we zoom in a bit here, I know it's a lot of lines in the way right now, but you do have your highs and lows for the last two trading days, plus the previous day close, I think slamming right into the high of the pre-market. So you don't even have to mark the high of the pre-market. It's like 3 cents off. on there, so you need to add anything else. So that's Google. Next, I have APLD. It's a lower price stock that's actually moving very well today. We saw it move decent yesterday also, but look at this very active pre-market activity. Last time we checked was 8 million. Now we're at 10 million shares traded. So price is moving pretty, volume is moving pretty aggressive on this thing. High of the pre-market is 11.23 towards the bottom. The low is pretty much just slightly above the previous day close at 10.17. And if we look below that, if we look at yesterday, we do have this big day. Let's go back to the left. Let's get some levels here. Another high peak over at 1250. Looks like 1123 has been an area of prior resistance. You can see that right on there. Couldn't get above that. Below, right between yesterday's range, a couple of stuff on here. We have this, I know this might be a little bit hard to see, but 958, it might actually be $10, right? Usually these whole dollar numbers for lower price stock can play an important psychological level. So 958 there, $10, a good area. We also have 904, which again is probably $9, right? But you can see clearly in the chart how much you have here, right? So pretty clear and straightforward there. All right, let's take a look. Let's look at what's the next thing here. Next one is going to be QUBT. So QUBT, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. Let's get rid of some older levels. Right now we're stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. High of the pre-market, QUBT. Here we go. Let's make sure everything is lined up. All right, high of the pre-market here is going to be 12.25. So we'll put a level there towards the bottom. You do have the low just below the previous day close over at 11.64. And then as you see there, we're just surrounded by a lot of levels here. Towards the top, let's pick off a few. 12.75 and all the way up here. We'll go with 13.35. There's a couple on here. I think this is the best one. Not a major level like this 12.75. Like you can see how clean and clear that is. So many touches on there. But 13.35 could be a decent one as well. All right, that's QUBT. Let's look at HIMS, which has been very explosive this morning. Wow, this thing is it's going. It might not have no fun for us left by the time we get to the market open. High of the pre-market is being set right now, so we'll kind of come back for that. I do want to mark down this area, though. Clearly, look at the resistance you had right on here. So I am going to mark down 60.75 for now. We'll come back and we'll look at what the pre-market high is going to look like. That's 60.81, 60.75 is also, as you can see, having some support here on the daily as well. So you want to have that there. Off the daily, we do have an area 63.46, and then right up here to the latest high 65.74 on him. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, but looks like all the attention is to the north right now. This thing is on fire. So up 8.4%, 3.6 million shares traded. I mean, looking really nice this morning. And I think that covers my list. That does it. Banner, good morning. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, everybody over on YouTube. Peter, let's go to you and what the team is watching.
All right, our team is starting to get their list in, and that gives me an opportunity to let you know what they're trading. Carlos's list is right at the bottom of the screen. The rest of our moderators are going to be watching, well, starting with Google. Not Google. Jared is going to be watching Google. And something called CLBR. What the heck is that? Not something we looked up. CLBR. Dollar General, and then HIMS. Mike is going to be watching Google and the scanners. Lenny is going to be watching SIG, CoreWeave, CRWV, and APLD. Phil's going to be watching Google, Hood, CRWV, Amazon, and NVIDIA. Brendan's going to be watching NVIDIA, Google, HIMS, and Tesla. I'm going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, Google, APLD, Applied Sciences, I think it is, or Applied, whatever they are. APLD, CRWV, and CEG. All right, Megan's watching Meta and CEG, and Thor just hanging out. He's doesn't have a lot of setups, so he's just going to wait and see what tickles his fancy. So there you go. There are our lists for so far this morning. Hopefully you find something that you want to trade out of that. We'll let you know if the stuff we're watching starts to move. So stay tuned. Yeah, we'll be on top of it with you.
All right, excellent. All right, friends, we're all good to go. We'll wait for Andrew and Brian to come into chat. For those that want to see Andrew and Brian trading live, friends, head over to BabelTraders.com. And as you saw, Peter give you those memberships that are available to you. So head on over there, so you can see them trading live, and then we'll continue with you guys right here on YouTube. All right, we are set, friends. Hopefully, we have an easier day than yesterday. Yesterday, the markets made us work. It worked out, but it made us actually work yesterday. It was not
Yes, it
not the
did.
easiest day. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
It made us work for our money, which us traders we're so spoiled. Uh, we don't work for money, but the market had other plans for us. All right. I see Brian is connected. Excellent. Good morning, Brian. I will let you to it, and Andrew should be on shortly as well. And we'll see you guys in a bit. Trade safe.
All right, everybody, we're going to get set here and start to trade our trades. Let's see what else we can do.
All right.
I've got, I got to get rid of this. I'm going to put, what do I have to run? Core weave. Did I do that right? Yeah. I already have core weave.
Question:
Right,
there's a few
Carlos.
stocks under $10 today. Can you go over some of the differences between trading lower stocks, like the compared to the usuals? I think the bigger difference would be if they have a lower float. If they have a lower float, lower price, then there's a big difference because just the float. So the float really dictates how volatile it can be, how bad the spread can be, volume, and all of that. There's a bigger difference there. As far as if the flow is mid to large and it's a lower price stock, um, they shouldn't they shouldn't be that much difference. But under $10, they're for me, I find them hard to trade as far as a 5 minute ORB. I prefer stuff over 10, especially stuff over 20. I think it's a sweet spot for me, right?
Mm.
So that's just and it could just be my personal preference, right? They could be that the $10 stock moves exactly like a $150 stock, but for some reason, I think sometimes the liquidity and movement on the bigger stocks is cleaner. I think for me, right? When a $10 on the stock on the $10 is in play, it can be a little bit more erratic. But there are, and again, it just depends. If there are other ones like QUBT, right, which are under $10 at some points, and they trade very well. So it's there's no black and white answer on this one. Peter, what's your thoughts on this?
No, I fully agree with you. I mean, it's the same as always, isn't it? It just depends on what you like. Some people love the lower priced stocks. I mean, keep in mind, usually if it's a stock under $10 that is not sort of a major, I don't say like a major offering, it will have less institutional traded volume, which means that some of the patterns I look for don't appear in that, right? When the more retail you get, the more erratic or less predictable they can be. So I like stocks that typically, because there used to be a rule, I don't know if it's still out there, frankly, but there used to be a rule, anything under $10 or under a certain float, they would not include generally in most like mutual funds or large funds anyways. So that would mean that you would have less institutional trading of it. So um, I can't say that I avoid them particularly, but generally most of the stocks I trade are the 50 to 150 $200 price level.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at my list. There's a couple of things. Well, I guess I got stuff all over the place. I got APLD, which is a $10 stock, right beside CEG, which is a $350 stock. So, so
Yeah, yeah.
a little all over the place.
And just wishing you all guys good luck over on YouTube. Just send a message there. And that's correct. Yes. So usually GOOG and GOOGL, the difference is like Walden says there. It's just a difference in voting rights. Now, the reason why I select GOOGL is they tend to get the most volume, right? So sometimes the volume is the same. You can't tell the difference, but these guys tend to get the more volume. And it is the ticker that's mainly recognized that, like if Bloomberg is talking about Google, this is the one that's this being mentioned, right? They don't talk about the GOOG. It's always
Mm-hmm.
GOGL. So that is this the official ticker for them, Peter? Is this it or?
I don't know if I'd call it the official ticker, but it's the, it's just a class of stock that is more actively traded.
Okay, okay, gotcha. So, but yeah, this is one that everybody refers to. I think it's because the volume. Seems to be larger. Even today, let's see today's the L, the one with the L is 2.5, and the one yes, a big difference today, right? The one without the L is only 824,000. They'll move the same, but you can clearly see the one with the L is probably easier for us to read the price action because of more volume. And I'm just trying to figure out why some of my screens are dark. I don't understand why this is happening. I'm sure you're seeing it on your end here, but I just don't know what's taking place here. And it seems to be something with my second monitor. It's not playing nice. So, yeah.
Just trying to get logged into a couple of things here.
What's going on? Okay, let's see.
All right.
All right, okay, fixed it. It was bothering me. I was not gonna let it go until I fixed it, but there it is. I fixed it now. We're able to get our second monitor. There's Andrew, there's Brian getting ready for the market open. For those that have not been in our chat, this over here is a book map that Brian is sharing. You click on the top over here and you can get Andrew's live screen. So Andrew looking at SMR right now, and they're just kind of going over what their play is going to be for today. Someone mentioned in chat earlier that they were getting some static from me. Is that still the case? Anyone getting any static? Peter, do you hear something?
Sorry?
Do you hear any static from me when I'm no? Okay.
I'm not hearing static. You sound good. Sorry. Lots of things talking in my ear here. Just trying to get rid of some of the noises.
Well, you have me, you have Andrew, you have Bensinga, right? You got all that going on.
And I had the P Capital live trading room as well. So trying to get everything set here. A lot going on.
Who's doing the live trading with P Capital today?
Well, Avi's there every day. Thor's there with him. So.
Yep, that's right. All right, beautiful guys. Let's have a great trading day. Let's make it nice and easy. And just looking at Tesla, so I got him on one screen here. I got my watch list, and what else are we missing? Got our 1 minute, got our 5 minute. We are good to go. Good morning, Lee Stenhouse. Sab Rider, good. Nick, welcome. Hi guys, which chart tools are you using? So this is Dash Trader Pro. Here is the platform. There it is, Dash Trader Pro, and we're just using our platform. It's not a charting tool.
Shared screen.
Oh, right here. There you go. Dash Trader Pro. So it looks like Dash Trader Pro, and it's the actual platform that we're using. We don't do a lot of charting. We just kind of do simple levels. Like some people think of charting like the way you do trading is swing trading. It's a lot going on with that as far as charting. So,
okay, we got a minute to the open. A little less.
All right. Good morning, Sunny. Good morning, Ki Chung. Jwiz, TME just dropped. TME, we'll look at that in a second. Ki Chung, good to see you. And Adam, can you recommend? We got 2 seconds here. Can you recommend a scanner program for beginners? TradingTerminal.com. Start there. We'll look at TradingTerminal.com after a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes after the market open. All right, we'll look at that.
It's a great place to start because it's a free tool and it's got tons of functionality, and we've modeled it off of some other expensive tools, we'll say.
Very, very expensive tools. I used to use them, not anymore.
Yeah.
Save that money. All right.
There's the bell. Here we
Ding,
go.
ding, ding, ding. Let's rock and roll. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate the support.
Andrew,
Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs
trade
up.
live.
Really appreciate it.
I don't have any targeted open trades here. Oh, look at APLD drop the open.
40 cents drop and with some heavy volume right now.
Yeah. Oh,
that is intense. Let's see what it does here.
CoreWeave is popping up. Tesla popping up early on here. NVIDIA also spiked down now. Moving a little higher.
I forgot to do my secondary list here. JOBY. Friends, I just looked at the likes on YouTube. Help us out here. That's really low. It's like 200 when we have almost 1,000 people watching. So we could definitely do better than that. I know we're bad, but we're not that bad. Or we're not. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's really bad. I don't think we're that bad. You know. But yeah, let's. We're not Bloomberg, but damn it, we're not garbage either. All right, let's focus in.
High praise indeed.
I hit the like myself just now. All right, Google. Here we go. APLD continues to drop. QUB, messy, no volume. And HIMS, man, HIMS. HIMS is a trade today. You said NVIDIA? NVIDIA.
HIMS up here. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, HIMS is it's rocking, man. I want a piece of this so bad.
Okay, Andrew tried to take PLTR for a long.
We forgot to add PLTR. We forgot to add that one as well. I'm going to put that one on the list. That's a little messy right now.
Okay. NVIDIA.
HIMS went right to that 63.46 level, which is a level on the daily, and little stutter step, but it's trying to blow right through it. I mean, wow. Okay. All right. So as usual, friends, I wait 3 minutes before I take any trades. So that's coming up. We'll see what's looking decent. And then between 3 to 5 minutes, we'll try to find an opening trade.
Oh, I got some big downside orders on NVIDIA. See if it where it drops to. Get cold in here.
Yeah, it's been cold.
It was decently warm out there today, but came back from playing tennis this morning. I think I'm cooling off now. Sure.
Yeah, I see Oklo bouncing here off the VWAP. HIMS, wow, Andrew and HIMS, 63.60, out at 65. Stock is on fire. It looks like it wants to go higher. Looks like it wants to go higher. And yeah, it's going. Oh, this is one and done for Andrew today.
Wow. Well, he did have an earlier loss on PLTR, so it just shows, right? He's just he's consistent. And, just applying his strategy.
Oklo making the move. I don't see I see a possible 5-minute ORB on it, but we need a pullback because it didn't break the V. It was still above the V up. It's not breaking it, but it does look very long though. Oklo looks very, very bullish. So it's not quite our move map props here, but Unless if you consider this one, right, the breakthrough, yeah, that could kind of be it. I wouldn't consider the first candle usually. Let's see. We'll look at it. Let's see what if we could play for a 5-minute. I'd rather play for a 5-minute ORB now. It's just hope it stays down here a little bit longer before we slingshot if we are going to do that. You can also anticipate a 5-minute ORB yet, but prefer not to do that. All right, let's see here. Oklo, we're getting the pullback. We'll love to see strength heading back up to 58. Could be nice. Right, we'll wait for Oklo to set up here. Wow, PLTR really collapsed below the VWAP here. NVIDIA,
yeah, NVIDIA.
We have the breakdown here, trying to stay above the VWAP. Oklo's not looking so hot now. I was thinking NVIDIA short, but NVIDIA's messy. It's just back above the VWAP now. Right? Were you thinking short NVIDIA too, or?
I was.
Yeah.
As it was hanging out there. In fact, I actually did go NVIDIA short and stopped it when it came back up above VWAP. So
it looked weak,
Andrew's
man.
gone NVIDIA long though.
Okay.
So
you can't tell right now. Right now I can go either way. I like it for a short. I'm not going against Andrew though. I don't want to go against the master there. I'd rather wait for him to get out and then I'll get in. He sees something I don't. I'm not gonna go against the experienced trader. But it looks like it wants to sell down.
No,
here,
he just got out. He just got out of
he
NVIDIA.
Did.
So
okay.
So there you go. Maybe he's clearing the decks for us.
Yeah, I like it, man. Let's go short. That's our move there. Let's see if we can get the breakdown. I like the selling pressure here. Stop loss 138.55. We got to give it enough room to clear this pullback area. So let's see if that takes place. Now, what did Oklo do? Because we were looking at that one, it just collapsed. So nothing on Oklo. All right, let's see if NVIDIA it is messy, but to me it looks like it wants to sell down here. Let's see if the selling pressure can push it down. Colors with the red shirt market is gonna bleed. If that's the case, man, I'll bring some more red stuff on. I got anything else red? I got them.
There we go. Taking a partial here at low of day.
You went short too, Peter?
NVIDIA. Oh yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I love that. Here we are. Let's see. All right, your entry must have been way better than mine. What did you get in?
Not that good. My entry was 138.45.
Oh no, yeah, much better. I'm at like 138.20. Yes, much better. That's good. So I need a little more of a drop here, at least 138 to make this worth our while.
Yeah, you want to get it below. There's a bunch of orders at 138, so that's good. Hopefully we can go take those out.
Yeah.
Get down below 138, and then might have some clear sailing.
Okay, here we go. Yes. Partial
there we go.
Here.
Taking another partial.
Some more big orders at 137.90. Oh, they would disappear. Let's see if they come back. All right, let's see if we can get the momentum here. NVIDIA can trade very well when it gets going. Let's see if we can get the drop.
Yeah, it's bouncing around a lot, though. I'm worried about there's going to be support here, and it's going to just do this thing that it likes to do, is smash back up.
Yeah, that's the problem with this one, Tesla, all of these Max 7, man. They get so much volume that it's so easy for them to just pull back so aggressively and go the other way. And we are green today. I cannot, the price action is so erratic right now, I cannot tell what this thing wants to do. Like, it's so all over the place. No.
It keeps getting orders on the ask just above the current price, like somebody's trying to just sort of edge it upwards, but but then it gets a little bit of pushback down here. So this 138.20 is sort of a key area of argument right now. So
nice battle going on.
I think if we can get back down to the 138, I think we should be good for a move lower. 137. Where was this area of consolidation here yesterday? Yeah, see, that's.
Yeah, it's not holding.
I don't like that.
But it's like it can go either way here.
Yeah. I'm
Right,
out. It
138.
just came back to my break even. So
Yeah. I had such a bad entry. I'll hold to my stop, and yeah, it's coming to my stop, so I'm gonna get out of it as well. All right, so it's just messy. You could I still see a weak. If it settles down, you can go back into it, but it's just all over the place right now. All right, let's see. What the Oklo? How's Oklo? Oklo continues to lose it here. You guys remember we spoke about SEG earlier today, right? News up 6.5. I mean, just look how bad this trading is, though. Right? There's just not really a whole lot of volume, so it's very difficult to trade something like this with the way we trade. So that's why, yes, it has news. It's up quite a bit, but still not great trading. NVIDIA might be going long. Andrew, get back in on NVIDIA. We should have got back in when we got out. We just keep selling the shares to each other.
yeah.
Oh man. Don't think you sold. No, yeah, I covered. I didn't sold. I covered. You probably might not see this here, right? Is this what you're thinking? No, I was short here, man. So I was short, partial, and then stopped out. But yeah, these are covers. You scared me when you said that comment. I was like, wait, what? Did I do something wrong? Because the comment was like, I don't think you sold. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me go back. Because I have made mistakes like that where I don't sell or add. If this triangle would have been red, then I would have been in big trouble. Because that means I would have added instead of PLTR breaking through the VWAP. I like PLTR. NVIDIA, guys, became a beautiful long. Did not sell off. 138 held really strong. And just look at this pump. Did you guys take this? That was really nice. HIMS is struggling. APLD, beautiful drop. HIMS ABCD pattern. I don't like ABCD patterns. I mean, I'm aware of them, but I don't really trade them because I remember one point I saw everything like an ABCD pattern. That's an ABCD pattern here, there, and I don't know. But you're right. If you want to look at this, yes, this is an ABCD pattern forming here. Now I don't have real great criteria on an entry for ABCD patterns, so I don't trade them as much. So again, I was seeing them everywhere and taking all these trades that just ended up not working out.
PLTR, I think it's ugly right here. It's in what I call no man's land, which is when you get just a gap between the previous day close and the VWAP. So trading in that zone.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those even last week, and man, last week was a tough week to begin with, but this area, you're right, is not the best place to be in to take a trade.
No. NVIDIA is getting some topside orders. It looks like it wants to go set a new high of day here.
Yeah.
It's not a place to enter, though, I don't think, right now, because
not a good risk reward.
No, it's a pretty narrow range, especially for NVIDIA, playing within a $1 range, essentially.
HIMS is just on fire. Is Andrew still in HIMS? This stock is just... Look at this thing go, man. It's so fun to watch. Wish I was in it. Very, very nice. There's your ABCD pattern. Who took that ABCD pattern? This thing is just rocking today on a deals Tuesday, Peter. A lot of deals today.
A lot of deals. Yeah, it was. Tons of deals out there. I'm not sure why everybody was making deals yesterday, but seems to be. Oh, there you go.
Okay,
NVIDIA did get to the new high.
I'm looking at PLTR. I like it here for the punch that we're getting above the VWAP now. But we gotta wait for confirmation. Look at the drop we got on this thing just a few minutes ago. That was aggressive, this candle here. But buyers came in, pushed it back up. It's prime for a possible breakout. I don't think we're gonna get our move here. I think this thing is just gonna go. I don't think you're gonna get a pullback. So I'm gonna jump in, guys, now for a VWAP breakout. I just don't think you're going to get the push of the comeback and then the go again. I don't think that's gonna happen here because of this prior consolidation under the VWAP. Again, just my opinion. I'm not an expert. I just think that's, you know, this is one of those gut feeling trades. Do not follow this one, but this is just what I think. I think because of this consolidation you had just below the VWAP, you're not going to get our regular move. Well, let's see here. Wow, we got 50 cents. I'm going to take a partial here, guys. We got 50 cents on it there. Sorry, 30 cents. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher. It moves so fast. This thing, gotta be so careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you hit the button, right? Because you hit it just at the wrong minute, and you can wrong second. You can be a 20-cent difference in where you get filled. Yeah,
that is so true. That is so true. All right, I'm gonna get out of break here. I'm not gonna let this one slide on me. I want that breakout to happen right away, and it didn't. So I'm not going to let it come back against me here.
Look at NVIDIA, almost sure enough. Look at that, new high. Broke out of that range.
Wow. Did Andrew get back into it? No.
No. But we should have just reversed our positions when we got out of that. Yeah.
Yep. Oh. All right, so partial on PLTR, made a little bit of money. Made coffee and bagel money.
Coffee and bagel money.
Somebody's got to buy the coffee and bagels. I think it's going to go, man. I want to get back in. I don't want to overtrade it, but I think it's going to explode here. Let's see.
Andrew's upset that he's not in NVIDIA, so he, like us, we're all feeling regret at that one.
Oh, man. I got to stop looking at PLTR. Let me stop looking at PLTR. It's going to make me do something stupid here. I could feel it. Because I think it's going to go, but it's not. It's like it's pulling back. So let's look at something else. QBT.
Oh, that is a big pullback on PLTR.
Did it pull back? Yeah, see, I'm so glad I pulled off this thing. We went in, didn't give us what we wanted. We gotta stop our break even. Let's walk away. Let's look at something else. Because PLTR is playing games here. All right, Google's above the VWAP, pushing through. Volume on Google tends to be so light. This is usually I don't watch it. But today's third day. We got some news.
Oh, of course. Guess who got NVIDIA?
Paris. Of course.
Yeah,
of course. His baby. Man, we had a hard week last week, ended with a good Friday, and then this week is good, but it's a working week. Peters, this week we're gonna get it, but it's gonna be work. It's not gonna be one and done.
Yeah. Seems like it.
That's okay. Keep us sharp and not lazy. APLD.
Oh, PLTR lost both those levels. See what I can do here.
Nice, nice, nice. Which one didn't get you? PLTR? You had 133. You're trying to go short 133? Yeah, that's a shame, man. That would have been a perfect entry if you could have got picked off there. 5 minutes of reverse ABCD pattern for those reverse ABCD traders. Looks like on the 5 minute, but again, I don't trade that, so I'm not sure. NVIDIA wants to go higher. I mean, this stock is pulling back a bit here. Let's see if we can make a new high. That's a good sign of strength. HIMS popped up, came back down. Got to be careful on HIMS and the number of shares you take. I know it's $65, but some of these moves are literally $2 candles here. So you got to be very careful with your risk on this thing. Very, very careful. Yeah, so I mean, Rogelio, you was going to short at 133, but you didn't get, didn't hit. I got you. I got you. Let's see what we got here. PTR is coming back. I mean, it is PTR is messy, but I think when it settles down today, I think it's going to give you some really good trading. I think it's just got to settle down, but it's messy. News in 7 minutes. What do we have in 7 minutes? That's NVIDIA explodes.
Oh, we have the big, jolts. We got some important announcements coming up at 10 here. The jolts job numbers and factory orders. The factory orders, which is anticipating negative 3.1%. So that's I think that's going to be an interesting number. I don't know what the market's going to do, but.
Andrew is how many trades has Andrew taken? I mean, and they've been great trades, but he's been active, right? He's been like boom, 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 boom. Same thing yesterday. So again, if you guys, these two guys right here, Andrew and Brian, are market opening traders. This is what they do. They trade the open. So if you want to see active trading at the market open, these two guys are it. So you want to go into chat and check them out. This is what they do. Me and Peter, we dabble. But these guys, this is what they do. This is their core business is this active morning trading. So if that fits your style, definitely check it out. But check it out either way if you think it doesn't fit your style and see what it's all about. So there it is, NVIDIA. He went long here. He'll talk about this a little bit later. And then he's getting the move here. So very, very nice. And he had HIMS. He crushed it in HIMS as well. He'll show that a little bit later. So, and this is what I love here. This is what I learned from Andrew very early on. Well, I wish I were earlier as soon as I started trading, but I didn't learn as soon as I started trading. I was very hard-headed. Just get out, right? Just get out. If there's any advice, if that's not working out, just get out. You can always get back in when things, shape up the way you need to. But don't stick around trying to figure out, hey, is it going to come back? Because then you have to hold through this entire pullback here. This loss here is not worth it. Get out of the trade and come back when it's ready, right? Very, very important lesson that you all must learn quickly, or else you're not going to survive in this game long enough. So, all right, let's look at NVIDIA go, friends. Just incredible. Top in 140 here. Andrew's taking more partials. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, POTR, what do we think here? Breaking to the VWAP. I think PR wants to go. I think it wants to go. I'm going to go long POTR again. I know, Peter. I know you're going to look at me like, what are you doing? But let's go. POTR long. I think there's a breakout coming here. Stop loss. We'll give it 50 cents. 132. Because it's got to be previous day close. I'm hoping that we do newer highs here. But now is the time. Let's see if we can get the breakout going on this thing. If not, we'll take another partial and stop out our break even. You know, we'll chip away at it until we get to our goal. But let's see. I feel like we're back up here again for the second, third time above the VWAP. Let's see if it wants to go. All right. Let's see if we got the juice for the breakout. All right, I gotta go in 4 minutes. I gotta go to the front. I have a delivery coming.
You have a delivery?
Yeah, we do. We're so busy with the kids, man. The kids come out of school and it's like activities, get them ready, get them fed, shower, bedtime story, and it's already 8 o'clock. That's our evenings almost every day. And then
yep, I remember those days.
Oh man, it's nuts. And and then playtime, we enjoy them. It's awesome. But then when it's time for shopping, we don't have time to go shop. By the time we're done with the kids, we're tired at 8 o'clock. Like, we're not doing much. So we do this Instacart to bring the food right to the front. And there's some stuff I need to put in the freezer there, so I can't leave it out. Now winter time. Winter time, I would leave it out until I was done, but I can't do that now. Got to pick it up.
All right, NVIDIA is looking at 140. It's just a penny below. There you go. There's the break. Andrew,
How old are my kids?
Andrew re-entered this at that little ABCD pullback. You guys were talking about ABCDs a minute ago. So Andrew wasn't afraid to take that for a further move.
Yeah.
Look, we're getting big volume here.
What's the? It's just NVIDIA madness, the AI. Like, what's the deal? It seems.
I don't know. It's just it's just an NVIDIA moment right now.
Yeah, NVIDIA's turn. Everybody's taking a turn, right? So
yeah,
hopefully PLTR's turn will come up in a second here. So my kids are 11. My daughter's 11. I have a 5-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. 4-year-old. No, she's 4 now. My goodness, time is flying. She's 4. So yeah, 11, 5, 4.
Wow. We got like a big volume spike here on NVIDIA.
NVIDIA is right, and it's only up 2%, but I think it was a red, right? It was red and went green. Oh no, it's only up 2%. It feels like more though.
Yeah.
It was red in the pre-market when green. Okay. Oh yeah, Jim. Absolutely, man. We are so lucky. Everybody's healthy. We have great kids. For being kids, right? They're I'm not gonna say they're golden kids. They're pain in the butt sometimes, but overall, man, it's amazing. Yeah, because let's be real, kids they're not easy. They're work, but man, just the simple things, right? The simple things, like 20 challenging things, and they tell you I love you at night, good night, daddy, and that just erases all those 20 things that are challenging, right? So, but it's awesome. A lot of work, but it's awesome.
Yep. Wow, HIMS is pushing back down here.
Yeah, and PLTR, my stop is at 132. I'm gonna end up getting back the profits on this thing if it doesn't hold.
Yeah, we got the jobs numbers expected to come out and the factory orders. So guys, Couple seconds
Oh
here.
man, and I'm in this trade so close to my entry. It's not good. Got to pay attention closely here.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Numbers are out. Jobs openings are higher than expected at 7.39 million, but interesting, the factory orders are down at negative 3.7, so that's even lower. So we got some mixed picture here. More jobs, less factory activity. So, okay, we'll see what the market ends up doing with all of this, but at the moment, it's getting an initial pop. Hopefully that supports your trade there, Carlos.
It actually is. I'm just thinking of getting out of break even, man. I'm getting a break here. I don't know if I want to stick around for this trade anymore. So I'm getting a chance to get out of break even. I don't know, to be honest. Looks like it wants to go. The volume just keeps getting worse and worse on this thing, so I don't think it has the strength to actually get going. Okay.
All right, well, see what we got. I'm just watching for my setups now.
I'm just watching him. I'm sorry, I'm watching POTR like a hawk here, friends, just to make sure. But it looks like this didn't get much movement. A little pop, but nothing too significant for the most part.
NVIDIA really just still moving here.
Wow, Tesla. Nobody mentioned Tesla. Tesla's in the doghouse. Tesla's in the doghouse.
Well, Tesla's popping up here a little bit, but
yeah, we have not mentioned it at all today. Raytrix just brought it up, so we'll look at it in a second. I just got to watch this POTR trade here very carefully. See what it wants to do. 132 is my stop, just slightly below the previous day close.
Wow, NVIDIA. Crazy.
NVIDIA, hold on. Let's take a look here. Andrew's laughing. His hands are up. I mean, he is.
He's happy,
feeling,
man.
He's feeling higher than the floor he's living on.
Well, because he played that just looking for a short-term pop, right, in at 139.40 level, and he's gotten a lot more out of it than he expected, so that's great.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Good stuff. And I'm over here scrapping from POTR to give me something. Come on, man. Let's see what's going on the other side of the field here. Make me look good for once. My goodness.
God, NVIDIA is just gunning. I don't know. There's no real news on it. Just looks like a short squeeze, I guess. People pushing it higher.
All right. All right, here it is, friends. Take a look. So Andrew is yeah, man, he's dancing in the chat.
He's happy.
I mean, I would be too. All right, what is this number? Let's zoom in here. It's too many
30,000.
digits. Yeah, it's too many digits.
$30,310 realized. Yeah. Plus he's got I don't know if he's all out or what.
But you know what? Yeah. Aside from the money, you're right, how clean this was, man. Like if you look at the 5 minute, look at his entries and his ads. It's just like right to the money, right? So that's clean. I can't hear what he's saying, so I don't know who this is. Somebody else took a trade in NVDL. So I can't tell who this is, but yeah, strong stuff, man. Going on in chat there. So good. NVIDIA is just. Oh yeah, so that's a member. That's a members trade. I just saw the message here. It's a members trade. ARIA. So pretty good. Pretty good trade. Good stuff, friends. All right, who took Nvidia in our chat here on YouTube? Who took Nvidia? Raytrix did mention Tesla. Yeah, I might have missed it. Yeah, I might have missed Tesla when you mentioned it, because so many messages. You guys are active today, which is awesome, man. When you guys are active like this, I can't see other messages, but I love when you guys are active like this. It's amazing. It really is. Turned out to be a really nice day. There's Andrew sharing his joyful day today in chat. And we'll see what NVIDIA PLTR could do here. NVIDIA from 139.35 just took the first partial. You just took the first partial. You are a beast, my friend. 139.35, and you just took your first partial.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Yeah, good stuff. Carlos, if you ever come to the city, we'd love to meet you. Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do it. This week I'm busy. I got family over. Thursday I got my brother flying from Florida. My nephew's already here. He came a little bit earlier. So this week is busy. But let's do it, man. Let's plan it. Let's plan something nice in the city. I am in. Where are you in the city, by the way? And
there's the move. There's the top. I was watching for the top here. You know, I like my reversals.
Are you short NVIDIA?
Short NVIDIA. Short a strong stock. You know, it's exactly what we tell people not to do, but that's my signature move. So taking a partial here because I got a level here.
I could hear Brian screaming, "Do not short a strong stock."
That's what he says. But
I could hear him. But you could short it. Actually, when it's extended, this is an extended stock, right? You could short it and you can make something out of it. So it's not a bad thing. PLTR is just gonna go sideways. I'm just gonna hold it till my. All right, I gotta step outside real quick. Oh, don't gotta hold it too long. There's my stop. All right, we'll hop out of it. I was gonna put a stop and hold it, but there's my stop. All right, Peter, I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I'm just short here from just over 141. Again, I had a daily level at around 140.75, so I took a partial there. And we'll see how low this can go. This is the type of pullback that I like to trade. So 140.50s area. We'll just see if it pops up. I'll take a partial. If we get down below 140.50, I might hold longer. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. Let's go. So stay in this. Okay, taking that partial now. Excellent. It's my trading, contrarian trading. That's what I love to do. Venancio, yeah, the JOLTS number came out and the factory orders. So we were talking about that, 2 economic data points that came out. Factory orders showed a contraction on the factory activity. Negative 3.7 was the actual number, which is pretty low, actually, lowest it's been in years. So yeah, and then but there were more job openings, which is some contrarian data that came out. When's the last time we had factory orders this low? It's been a while. It was close back in March of last year. December 2023. It's also at that negative 3.6. Let's see. Keep going back here. See all the data. Factory orders. Wow. It's been a pretty robust economy. May 2020 would have been the last time we saw, well, June 2020, last time we saw a number greater than this, and that showed 13% drop in factory orders. But that would be expected. I mean, we all remember 2020, the start of the lost years, where COVID took us out of the game. NVIDIA popping back here, as you would expect. We'll see if I can hold on to this trade or if it goes back up over 141 again. Okay. Here comes Carlos. He's on his way back.
Yep, I'm back. All right.
You got that? You got your
Yeah,
food?
it was actually Costco. So I thought it was groceries, but it was Costco that she told me to get. So
Okay.
not bad. A couple of big items and some stuff in the freezer. All good to go.
All right. Good.
All right, let's see here.
Darn it. Getting a pull back here. Again, we'll see if 141 holds now from top side. I'm seeing some orders there, though. I might get stopped
Wow.
out on NVIDIA. That's okay. I got my partials.
Look at him. Talk about reversals.
Yeah,
Hims
him's had a
really took a
huge
dive.
reversal. Yeah.
Wow. Nice drop. QUBT, not much. APLD. And PTR. Man, PTR is messy today. So I gave the profits back on what I made here. And then some. So red tray there. NVIDIA was okay. Made a donuts money there. So small red day, but man, not an easy day.
Yeah, it definitely had to be like often. Well, this market recently, you have to be in the right thing. So this has
Yeah.
come back to my break even. I'm stopping out here. So, all right. So I got a couple of partials. Didn't continue all the way down to VWAP like I was hoping, but got my reversal trade on NVIDIA. We'll see now. Now it's sort of doing my whole big mountain pass. We'll see if it can set a new high of day. If it can't, there might be another short in NVIDIA. Tough to tell what this market wants to do. Big pullback on the economic data that came out. But it's recovering all of that. So Andrew thinks NVIDIA's still got topside momentum. So
It is on a roll, man. This thing is
it is.
yeah. And here's Hims. Hims was a good trade too, guys. Gave you a nice long and even a more beautiful and clean short. Like the short on this day was really nice.
Yeah, would have been hard to catch that top, I think, honestly, if I'm looking at it. But if you did, you'd certainly be happy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
CRW.
5 minute, right? If you look at the 5 minute, there is like a cleaner, maybe engulfing type pattern here off a level. So it looks better, but you're right. In the one, you look at the 1 minute, it would have been very tough to trade off of that as far as this reversal. You were saying, Peter?
CoreWeave, CRWV at
Yep.
high of day. It had a slow, steady move here. Number of ABCD type patterns, right? As it sort of pulled back, consolidated, and then popped up again, consolidated, popped up.
Yep. Crazy day, says Andrew. Absolutely, in a good way. And again, if you're depending on who you're watching, right? Like NVIDIA was awesome. If you're watching Hims in the morning, it was great. A couple of really good plays here. POTR was just garbage. I really thought we had it here. I thought we were gonna go, but it's just choppy. Oklo became a beautiful short. CoreWeave continues to push higher. This stock is massive right now. Look at the move. All-time highs for CoreWeave. Just incredible. So you're asking about slippage. So the worst slippage I had was on a stock that had a really bad spread. And I didn't notice how bad the spread was until I sent the order. I didn't check. It's a big mistake. When I send the order, I look at my P&O. My P&O is red by like $250. I'm like, I just got in. The price hasn't even moved. And when I noticed, it was how bad I got filled with the spread, right? So that to me, I'll consider that's a lot of slippage, because slippage can happen both ways, on the front of the trade and when you get in, and also on the exit, right? Basically, when you send an order, how did you get filled based on what you expected? So,
new high.
So that's the worst I've gotten, man. It's like a couple of cents, pretty bad.
Yeah, I've had the same. It's where you get in and you forget to check the spread, and it's a lot higher than you expect, and suddenly you're down on the
Yeah,
trade. It's
get hit with that
it's
reality
always
check, like what just happened?
yeah, yeah.
Look at that. NVIDIA is going to go some more. Does Andrew even have any shares left?
No,
Does
I
Andrew
think
have
he's
shares
all
left?
out of everything.
He sold out already?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right. Nice. Very nice. Look at Google. What's happening with Google? Bouncing off the VWAP here, at least trying.
Oh, Andrew still has some shares for NVIDIA. He didn't realize he
Ah,
had them.
okay. Good. Good. Let's see here. Yeah, Google's trying to go. Um, I don't know. I don't like it as much, but it's really trying to get going here.
Yeah.
All right, trying to see what we can get into, but I don't see anything that's in a good spot. Google's like the best ticker uh, right now that can possibly maybe get going here. I just don't trust it has the juice to get to the high of the day. CEG losing some ground. So not looking so hot. Oklo. We almost took a 5-minute RB on Oklo, and look at that. It became a beautiful 5-minute engulfing. Like this engulfing pattern, we teach this a lot in our education center. This engulfing pattern here is very nice. Beautiful pullback. That would have been the entry there, but man, we were not watching this one, and this one actually gave us the move. Why did we miss this? This is a beautiful move. The breakdown below the VWAP, the pullback, and then the strength candle here. Well, it's not strength, but in this case, the confirmation candle, because this is weakness. There's no strength there. Wow. It's not good. Amazon looks like it wants to break out as well. Yes. I like the 5-minute more than the 1, but you can see here a possible breakout towards the high of the day. The thing for me here is the risk to reward. It's not ideal. You almost got like maybe 1 to 1.5. It's just not ideal for this entry here. And you got like this area too. It's just trying to break out, so it could get going. SPY's pushing higher, making a new high. Yeah, new high on SPY, high of the day. That's gonna help a lot of long trades here.
Yeah, it is.
Where's CoreWeave going? Where are you going, my friend? Let's see. Come on, there's got to be something that looks good for us here. I want to be in a trade. But there's nothing as far as setups that I see on my list. Let's take a look at what you guys are looking at. Apple. Apple. Yeah, it's bouncing. I just don't know if I trust it. 5-minute ABCD pattern for my ABCD traders, or is this too much? Is that too much? Am I stretching it?
That's yeah, that might be a little much. I don't know. What is that? Apple you're drawing? That's a big,
That's Apple, yeah.
big pattern.
Yeah, this is what I don't trade the ABCD pattern because I see that thing everywhere, man. It's just like, oh, there's an ABC, this one. Next thing you know, I'm just over trading the heck out of things. So TEM, TEM
40.
is reversing here. I don't see a clean double bottom, which is normally what I would like to see on a reversal. So for me, it won't work out, but it is trying to get back to VWAP here. Oh, what happened here? Oh man, good. Who called I see TEM? Mohammed, did you take it? Did you take it? I know you called it out, but did you see something like there? It looks like it's doing your move. If you were looking for that move. Are you in anything, Peter? Are you short?
Well, you know, I keep shorting. I keep trying to short NVIDIA at the top here, and
Yeah.
so
Are you
short
in now?
again at 141.40. I was hoping to get a breakdown to 140. It got within, you know, went down 30 cents, but
Tell Andrew to get out of his trades. Tell him to sell everything, so the stock can start falling. I don't think he's in. He's out. He's all out. Or he's still. That's just another partial on for Andrew. I can't hear what he's saying. Let's see here. Maybe eventually it's got to come down, Peter. It's just, are you gonna be able to hold through all these pullbacks? But it'll come down. I go long NVIDIA. You went long now on NVIDIA? If you did, that's impressive. This is usually where I have a hard time entering a trade that's moving long for so long, right? I don't have a strategy for that. Like Andrew entered here. Like he entered right in here, right? So he waited for the pull, but not enter. He added, I believe he added here. I find that play very difficult to do. Yeah, it's getting toppy.
Yeah,
It's getting toppy.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he added. I don't know where you were pointing there, but he got into NVIDIA at that first ABCD, and yeah, he did a good job on it. Come on, NVIDIA, time to break down.
Yeah. So my thoughts on Apple short, it's in a tough area, man. Look at this VWAP. You got the previous day
Yeah.
close. I find this a very difficult area to trade in because you just got so much going on here. So, like if you're short it here, you know, you have all these support areas You might not get too far. I don't know. It's a tough place. I don't see a strategy on it right now. Um, but yeah, you got the drop below the VWAP here. You're getting the pullback. Oh, that's a clean move. That's my move right here.
It's my move.
This is why you're calling this out. Case. I see what you're doing here. That's why you're calling this out. All right. Let's see. This will be the confirmation candle. This one here. All right, let's try it. Let's go short. This is our move. I wasn't looking for it, but it is right in front of my face. Let's see if it actually pays off. So that is the move. Pull back and then the confirmation. That is the move. Let's take the trade. NVTS right at the top. I don't know these lower price stock. I'm not sure. It's been strong though. It's up 10%. I don't know. Don't know what the play will be there.
I'm out of NVIDIA, by the way.
It didn't sell off. I thought it was turning around. Oh my goodness! Wow,
no, it didn't
I did not
sell off. That's the
that.
problem.
Yeah, no, I did not. I thought it was already heading lower. Damn, NVIDIA is wow. It is really, really strong today. All right, let's see if Apple can get through all this messy territory here and get us to at least the previous day close. I can't expect more than that, so I'll take a partial at the previous day close. We'll be at like 40 cents there, which is not bad. Let's see. Let's see what Apple does. Coin, SMCI breaking out. I'll take a look at all these in just a second. NVIDIA. MU. Wow. MU. Let's see. How many shares? Full size on this one. I didn't take a half size, so full size. I'm not but it doesn't move a lot. It's not like a HIMS or a POTR where you gotta, watch your every step here. Let's see here. And let's break down.
It's breaking out. NVIDIA's breaking down here. Come on, NVIDIA. I was watching it really hit this level at 141.50 and tried another short here. Oh, come on. It's just,
on which one, Peter?
It's really... Oh, back on NVIDIA again.
Yeah.
It's just... I was watching it really hold this 141.50, and I was hoping it would get a big breakdown, and it did break down real quickly. It looks like I'm going to have to take partials quick on this because you don't know how far it's going to go. Taking another partial here.
Nice.
I got in as close as I could to 141.50. Didn't get a great fill. 141.45 and change here on this one. So, which gives me a great risk to reward because my stop was going to be the second it broke 141.50. I was going to get out. So I sort of like a 5-cent stop. So the fact that it's just moved, 15 cents in my favor, I can take partials already.
Yeah,
because I had such a big size.
It'd be great if you could get some cushion and head lower. It's got to come down. I mean, this eventually got to get some kind of
The
pullback. It's just the timing.
I'm so close to it's up here, so close to my break even. The problem is it could just come out and take me out, right? So before we, come on. Oh, there's my 1030 market change. There we go. I like this move, taking a partial. There we go. 141.01.
Oh,
great
that's
fill.
good.
Great fill on that one.
There it is. NVIDIA paying off now.
Yeah. Another fill. Just take a little bit more off here. This 141 level has been sticky, so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to break below it. If we come back up,
I think there'll be more profit taken here, man. I think you got a bit more of a move lower.
Yeah. Man, I've taken like...
How many trades you taken on it?
It's a good question. How many trades have I taken? Well, it depends how you count them. So since it moved up, I tried one part way up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like my 5th trade, and I'm green across them, but it hasn't been easy. So, see what we can do now. How's your Apple looking?
It's good now, but it's so funny. Case, thank you for calling this out, because I was not looking at this and I was not going to take this trade. Like, I was not convinced. But then as I started watching, like, this is literally the stuff I teach. Like, how am I not I'm gonna sit here and not take the stuff that I'm teaching? That is what I teach, this move. How can I not take this? And look at that, man. It worked out lovely. And I'm glad I did, because this is going to save the day. So, S-Case, thank you so much for calling that out. That was awesome. And all you guys, I mean, this is not the first time somebody calls something out. So all you guys are calling out some really nice trades, and we appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Well, this is why it's good to have this community with us, right? That we can leverage and find 100%.
And
Peter, you were talking about, and Carlos, you were talking about why join the community if you're already profitable.
Oh, you got something to say about that, huh? I want to hear it.
Well, an example right there,
Oh, yeah. This is an example. Yes, absolutely.
All right. How's everybody doing, guys?
Good. Great. How are you, Andrew?
Great trade on NVIDIA, Andrew?
Yes. HIMS was better. I made more money on HIMS. The trade on HIMS was pretty good. So I'm going to share my screen. So Mr. Carlos can
right now.
Carlos, I gotta stand a little back, or don't bring me too close.
We have to. So this is and this is what I love. We do it. We fix the plane right when we're flying it, baby. I love it. So hang on tight with us. So this is the feed I'm getting from you, right? I need you to have the camera more back. You can't get more back because then you'll be too far from your desk. So I need you to push the camera more away from you so I can get more of your torso.
That's racist. Like, you can't say that.
Torso's not racist.
He wants to
it could be sexist. It could be sexist.
He wants to see those pecs.
This isn't OnlyFans, you know.
Yeah. We could probably do very well on OnlyFans.
I did actually sign up to OnlyFans. I did sign up to OnlyFans. Yeah.
Where's the link?
I spent like $1,000 on that. The reason for that, before you judge me, is I wanted to a few years ago I was thinking of building a similar platform to OnlyFans. So I went there to see how the business model is, how the chats work, how the payments work, how the video work. It was fascinating, and it's very interesting because there's no app. The app stores don't have it because it's explicit material, and also you can't take a screenshot or a screen recording on iPhone, and that doesn't work. The way that they crypt their videos and stuff is fascinating. So if you are into these kind of things, it's a very fascinating.
And they're I think they're European company, right? They're publicly traded.
I know the founder. He's from London. And that's one of the reasons that I checked their platform. I spent like thousands in there to see how it works. And you know, you chat with these people and they obviously they're not the models, you know, they're somewhere and they're so salesy. Like they send you something and then they tease you, hey babe, do you want another one? And then the process, if you think, you know, sales, what the sales look like, you're gonna go and try them out. It's amazing. And of course
Wow.
they're not the
Okay.
models. They are, you think they're
Bots
talking
or
to the model,
something.
but yeah, no, they're not bots, they're human. But
The
they're
yeah,
agencies that manage these. Yeah.
I was actually listening to some stuff on the weekend. I think they're trying to sell them. They're trying to sell themselves because I think the concern is over the long run that all of these people are going to be replaced by AI, and you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to tell the difference. And
No,
AI is
yeah.
just going to, they're going to figure out
Yeah.
what you want to hear. They're going to feed that to you, and
There is
the real
already,
models.
yeah, Brian, there is already like Instagram models that are completely AI, and they post
Yeah,
pictures that you cannot say if that person is not real. And I agree with you. Like the models, the modeling is almost at the danger of extinction. Like these are like sexual models, but even the normal models, you know, why would you hire a model when you can actually say exactly what you want to the AI and create
yeah,
it for you without noticing? And that's why it's freaking,
yeah,
like everybody's freaking, like really it's freaking freaking me out. But regardless of that, I did test the platform to see the business models, like because I have an online business and I'm an online entrepreneur, so I always want to see how the business models is, how the payments work, what are the technology that they're using behind it.
Can,
You know, I didn't know that the OnlyFans doesn't have an app because they don't allow app stores don't are not
no.
allowed to have that. Um,
Andrew, can I be with
The
you when you get audited by CRA? Because I want to see how you explain the OnlyFans costs as a business expense.
Research,
There's
research,
you
man.
know,
research.
they
Research and
Research.
development.
research. It's a
They take
research
the
custom research. Like in
apparently
the
the app
Wolf of Wall
takes
Street, I
20.
remember that that scene. The
Apparently the
dad
app
come
takes
and
like
was angry, like
20%.
$60,000 on the hookers, and then the guy DiCaprio was saying, "Oh, relax, the IRS allows TNA." Like it was exactly like that situation. But
Crazy.
anyways, so let's get back into character, guys. It was a really good trading
Come on,
day,
NVIDIA.
and
Drop.
um, yeah, that was amazing. So I had a pretty good day on HIMS. HIMS and hers was pretty nice. So I took a kind of a 1 minute opening range break out from it. So HIMS is very volatile. And I don't trade it very often, but you know, it was gapping up. It's almost near all-time high. Had a really nice pre-market. It did a very nice 1 minute opening range breakup. I caught that. I didn't cut that, but as soon as we move up, I said, "Oh, fuck, this is good. This is very strong. It's gonna go up." So 63 to 64, I added partial all the way up to 60, almost 66, and then I got out the last piece here. It did came back up to 67, and then after that, it sold off. So someone in the chat asked a very good question. Hey, Andrew, why are you partialing when the trend is going for you? The reason for that is you really don't know. When I'm going here, I thought that maybe I put a stop loss here. Maybe I'm getting lucky. I get maybe up to here if I'm lucky. You really don't know that if this one is going to continue going higher. So you have to partial. So these are very valid questions for new traders. Another person is telling me, Andrew, if you have a strategy, why do you have a stop loss? Why don't you put a stop loss as 0? Why do you give it some room? Again, another answer to that is good question, is the uncertainty. You don't know. I mean, this is the opening range breakout is a model that works 50% of the time. And if I manage my risk on that 50% of the time, I can have really good profit on that. So as you see here, boom, HIMS really lost 6-7%. It's going to go red today. I think very, very obvious that it's going to go red. Another trade that I did was NVDA. So at the open, before that, I want to go to the HIMS daily chart. So as you see here on my chart, HIMS, had some massive run in February. And then on Liberation Day, didn't really do anything because market was really weak. As soon as, the Liberation Day and the tariffs and global trade calm down and the financial market, found a little bit of a strength. As you see, again, it popped back up. And now, the recent high was this high. A market here. It's very important to see it on my chart. The recent high was here. So at 65, and as you see, it really did tested that and, drop that. So these are very significant level, this recent high, 65, 94. Same as NVIDIA. I really like NVIDIA on a daily chart. So if you see as a daily chart,
NVIDIA.
again, really, NVIDIA, so Liberation Day came down to 85, and then it slowly came back up. And again, really going through in some sort of a recent high. And the recent high really is 153. Before it was open, it was another one 2 days ago. High was at around 40. So I kind of liked NVIDIA at the open, but it did pop too much in the pre-market. So, and when it popped too much, a little bit misses around the opening range breakouts. It did come down. I took it long because I kind of knew it was going to go up. I really like the daily chart for this level. I really was this level my target. And I got to stop out because it's just the pattern wasn't there. Like a 5 minute turned out to be a red candlestick, even though I still thought that it's strong, but 5 minute became red. It went down and it's, oh man, it's just the pattern is destroyed. And then really, I didn't see this one coming at 10, just before 10. Boom, the rally started. A lot of traders, including Paris, took that way earlier than me. We showed that in the chat room. Eventually, I got into this long for the break of 139.60. This was my target. And I partialed and I said, okay, it's a strong. I go long again for the break of 140. And it did. But honestly, I didn't see this one coming that goes significantly higher. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually still in there. So I didn't make a lot of money, even though we got a really big move. The reason that I didn't make a lot of money on this was because I went late and I really wanted to get this break off this level on 140. But overall, the day for me was very profitable, and I'm super happy about that. Did we trade anything else? PLTR was also another one that we traded. PLTR obviously is a stock that I traded really nicely, broke the all-time high. At the open, I took a small long on it. I got stopped out, and then I took a, try to catch this VWAP lightning pattern that Peter trades on it, and I got to stop that. Eventually, did make that trade. So essentially, eventually did that trade. I just got to stop me out, but for a small profit. So overall, it was a really, really amazing trading day for me. Brian also had a couple of nice trades. Brian, if you want to go over, I'll get some answers.
Yeah, no, I just I wasn't watching CRDO, or wasn't planning on watching it, but again, this was someone in our community mentioned it, and I started watching it. Liked the way it was moving up right into the market open. So I just took it long, and it really popped up through 80, and I got out of most of it there, and then started to pull back, so I got out of the rest. So my first trade, and then same trade as yesterday with Tesla. As soon as it started breaking down through the VWAP, I took it short, covered most of it, and then it started flatlining, and I kept mentioning that this wasn't looking good, so I cut the rest of that trade, and then I thought looked like it was ready to break out, so I took it long, and it broke out through the VWAP, so got Tesla short and long on 2 trades there. So that was kind of, and then I took a bit of a trade with NVIDIA with options, and got out way too early. So anyway, it was an okay day.
Yeah, it was
But yeah,
it was
NVIDIA was
amazing. And I got a
amazing.
couple of really nice and I got a couple of really nice, amazing screenshots I really got a couple of really nice screenshots on maybe I make a level two, maybe I make a recap later on that, but maybe do a recap on this. Sorry. So my style of trading is identifying levels, yes, trading around them, yes, but I'm generally a chart pattern trader. So I look at the patterns on the chart. So there are different style of trading. Some of them are mathematics. Some of them are they're looking like levels only. Some of them are look at order flow. Brian is also a very discretionary trader. Looks at patterns. Everybody has some sort of a combination of all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking VWAP. I really like the VWAP levels, trading around those.
So somebody's asking for a smaller account commissions. So the commissions for smaller accounts, shouldn't be a big issue right now. With the funded accounts that we have, for example, or with interactive brokers, you have per shares structure. The commissions are really not that big of an issue anymore. So I would recommend people just if you have a small account, go through this funded account training program that we have, so you can actually make money. I think we have one trader finishing this week over $20,000 profit. So go through that, so you don't need to worry about opening an account, wiring it out, only for $5,000. Not really worth it. That's what I would highly recommend. So the Milenix is asking, how do you trade large share size? If you build the system, the large share size shouldn't impact you. It's all about building the system. But the problem is, obviously, you look at your P&L, and then that starts really shaking you up, and that's normal. That happens to me as well. Like, that's why in April, that big loss, it was just a loss, but it was $2 million. It's just a number. It was like maybe 10% of my net worth or 20% of my net worth, but it still really hit me. So, but the good thing is you're slowly getting there. If you have $1 million account, you should not trade with $1 million account. You should trade with a $50,000 account. So build the skill. It's very important. It's like watching Cristiano Ronaldo playing in, the championship, and you see how is he doing that, but he's doing it like for 20 years, 25 years. You have to look at it that way, that this skill is built over time. Any more questions? So yeah, our funded accounts, I'm going to actually share the funded accounts with you guys. So this is the information of the funded accounts. I really think that all the new traders should go through this funded account. Not that I want to sell anything to you guys, but I know most of you are going to lose because we see these numbers in the back end. So you might as well just lose $500 rather than $5,000 or $10,000. So do you find it hard not to bias? Yes, Steph. The Def is asking, do you find it hard not to have a bias? Yes, it's very, very important. But one rule of thumb for me is the VWAP. If the stock has the worst news ever and is trading at the open just strong above the VWAP, I don't short it. So that VWAP is your line that you gotta be careful. That's why I told you when NVIDIA started running up, guys, I mentioned that between 940 to 1015, I told you don't short this one. This one is running away from VWAP. This one is super strong. Even though if the President Trump's right now, President Trump tweeted, hey, NVIDIA is banned in everything, but it's still going up like that, who cares? The price action is, you have to listen to that. The price action is very strong above the VWAP. You do not short that yet. Steve is asking, do you consider the bid and ask spread? Generally, yes, but the stocks that I trade is 1 cent. Like NVIDIA, look at this, 1 cent. PLTR 1 cent, Tesla 1 cent. When you come to the HIMS stocks that are a little bit lower flow, you got to be a little bit watch it, but even 5-10 cents is still for $60 is okay. But when it comes to the penny stocks, you have to be very careful because when the stock is $1, 1 cent spread is 1%. But so when you're trading that is $2 and it has 15 cents or 20 cents spread, you're very big disadvantage.
Market's looking like both the Qs and SPY are trading at high of day right now. Kind of look like they want to break out here.
Amazing. CRVW.
Funny, PLTR is going the opposite direction.
Wow, CRVW. This one is Jared's favorite, huh? I don't know if that Jared doesn't seem that he's in the chat
CoreWeave,
room, but
yeah, like oh wow, look at CoreWeave go. It's funny, a few things are red today. Google, Microsoft, some of the Mag 7 stocks are in the red. Meta, Apple's just barely red. Same with Amazon. or
Brian, I
Bailey
keep
Green, I
hearing
should
you.
say.
I'm hearing you in my head
Huh?
all morning
Who?
because I'm. This is my
What's that?
third time, well, fourth time shorting Nvidia at the highs here. So
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see.
don't short a strong stock, but it's what I live and breathe off of. So it's really holding this
Yeah,
level
that's
at 141.50, and I've shorted it all three times. It's hit that level. So nice little green trades for me. Trying to get the big breakdown, but we'll
it
see what
is.
happens here.
Is it kind of did a bit of a 920 trade around 1025.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped below the 9, came almost down to the 20, bounced back again. Just really strong.
All right, so I gotta go, guys, in 10 minutes. Is there any last minute question before I go? Anything about trading, life in general?
Talk about OnlyFans.
Um, shouldn't have said that. Yeah. But we discussed it through. No. We discussed this through the economic impact that it has on the market. It wasn't. It wasn't
That's true.
thing. I hope that everybody is professional and adults. They understand why we discussed that. Like
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
it's a
Yeah.
it was a great idea. I actually remember when you and I were out. We were we were out somewhere having a coffee or something. I remember you talking to me about doing a business just like that. So
Yeah, we have the
and
proposal,
I was
everything, and
all
yeah,
in.
we even yeah. Yeah, you said you would
Yeah.
invest too.
No, I thought
Yeah,
it's amazing.
yeah,
You get all these you hire all these independent contractors, and you take 20% of what they make. It's just like it's so elegant, such an elegant business.
yeah. All right, market is ripping, guys. Q's made a new high. We're so
Yeah.
back, baby. We are so back, guys. All right. Uh all right, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go check my OnlyFans. See you guys. Oh, by the way, we have some challenges today. So let's see what the webinar is. Today we are going to have a webinar by Jared. 3 options strategies to pull credit from a SPY. So it's a really, really good webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. And after today, let's see what the webinar room schedule is. Today, we might have some really good webinars. Tuesday, 11 o'clock in 10 minutes, Phil is going to have the small account options trade book for all the elite members. And by 12 p.m. Eastern time, Nathan is going to come and talk about trading with Bookmap, and Brian can also join as well. So we have a really full house. So yeah, feel free to guys join
I'll
us.
be joining Nathan.
Yeah, and guys on YouTube, come on, come up. $19. You gotta pay. You gotta pay eventually. So don't resist. You gotta come. Pay $19 and join the chat room. Giveaway tomorrow. And NVIDIA popped up. I'm gonna sell a little bit more of NVIDIA because I still have it. And yeah, that's it. No, $19 for chat room, OnlyFans included. Cheers, guys. Stuff you
Yeah,
guys
that's what
um,
you can give away
yeah.
on Wednesday. We can give away an OnlyFans membership instead.
Cheers, bye, guys.
Talk to you later. Yeah. Do I have any long-term trades? Yeah, I'm. If you catch my swing trade videos on the weekend, I talk about some of my swing trades. Right now, gold and silver. Got a fair amount of stocks in gold and silver right now. They're down a bit today, but they were all up a lot yesterday. The market's just continuing to grind higher here. Qs and SPY. We are very close to a breakout level on this 525 level, or 595. Excuse me, 595 on the SPY. I don't do a lot of swing trading with options. I do sell. I will look at options. Like I did a few options trades on UNH after it took that second leg down, sold off. I kind of trade more off levels than looking at the delta. It's usually sort of trading more overreactions, especially to the downside, because overreactions to the upside can just keep going. It's always a more of a bias to for the stocks to go up. Tesla tried to break through R4, couldn't do it. That actually would have probably been a good place to go short Tesla. All right, guys, I am going to drop off a few minutes early. I'm going to be joining. Oh, look at NVIDIA's high of day again. Wow, just keeps. This is this is one of the things that I try to say to people is don't short a strong stock, and unless you're just scalping and you're scalping off a level. Because look at NVIDIA, trying to short this stock has really been challenging for anybody who tried to short it. Unless you were in it for like a couple minutes and got out, it's just really keeps going up. All right, like I said, I'm going to be joining one of our mods in the trading room in a little while here. So I'm going to grab some breakfast and then I'll be back on in the webinar room. Another reason to maybe consider joining, because we do have stuff like that sort of for our members. So we'll catch everyone later. Hope you had a decent morning.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me? No, still no. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, Tesla. The second we got filled on Tesla, we are here. Ah, beauty. Love you, Tesla, man. Love you, Tesla. Selling some more. Break of 351 on Tesla. So, I did not trade Tesla at the open, but I had some really good trades at the open, and I was willing to give away 30% of my profits, and I was feeling like I wanted to trade more today. And just because of the amount, the way the stock was moving, uh, the SPY and NVTS and all of those. So I decided that I'll give 30%. If it stops me out, I'll stop trading. But the most of my trades have kept working on this thing. So very profitable day overall. Hey guys, hey T-Man. Yeah, I'll showcase on why I took Tesla. I'll break down on stuff on Tesla. Just 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry. My nephew's first day at school in uh, in Canada, so he's excited. My younger nephews. Uh, okay, so let's talk about the thesis on Tesla. Is there a lag on my screen share? Uh, no. Can you guys hear me? No lag or lag? Yeah, that's a good idea. So let me do one thing. I'll put this one here. Hmm. Okay, there's not much of a lag. Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, 7 to 8 second lag. Yeah, which is not bad. Which is good. Okay, so let's talk about I traded NVIDIA. NVIDIA was a very good trade, but my final exit was at 140.50 something, and now it's currently at 142. Like, you just don't know how much the stocks can go. Uh, but so this was Nvidia. I traded Google at the open. I'll explain the reason why Google was in play. I shorted Google, and then I tried a couple of hits, break-even hits. I was thinking of shorting again for a low of the day, but there was no uh continuation. Now it feel like it wants to go lower. So let me see if I can try to get short on Google. Uh, so let's see if I can get short on Google. हाँ जी, very good. Bye. Okay, so let's see if I can get a short on Google. I'm thinking of shorting Google. I want to see what's it's doing 167. Yeah, Google is a little tricky because I again did not see sellers stepping in aggressively, and that's why I'm like hesitating to go short. And now the buyers are taking over. If I start seeing sellers here, let's see. I want to start seeing sellers here. Yeah, I don't see a seller. I wanted to short Google, but it just keeps buying. Yeah, now it's done. Now it's freaking out to the upside. So I think that's exactly what you want to see, right? Sometimes your thesis is aligning on the short side. You want to short it. The chart pattern is aligning, but if you don't see seller, it helps you avoid uh, those trades also. So yeah, no trade on Google at this point. So let's talk about first of all, let's talk about Tesla, the recent one. So Tesla is stepping up. I might add more. It's holding the 350, which is a good sign. I am thinking of adding more on Tesla and seeing if, yeah, Google is along now. So the short thesis was completely gone. let's see what happens later. But I'm thinking of adding more on Tesla. I'm taking a shot on Google. I'm taking a shot on Google. I got a bad fill now, but I want to see a little bit of selling on Google. Let's see, it sold a little bit. So let's see if it is continues on the selling side. Beauty. Let's see. 167. I want to see 167. Okay, 167.03. So let's see if it breaks 167 to the downside. So it dropped 167 now. 166.95. Let's see, it drops 166.96. So let's see. Anybody short that with me, Google? I think it's gonna drop. Uh, let's see if it has a chance to flush forward. This 167 is the area where we saw buyers last time. If the buyers drop, then 166.70 is the next area that it would come in. So, Najmul, I want to see both. I want to see both. Sometimes the sellers showcase their hands using the ask. Sometimes they showcase their hands using the bids. And uh, in this case, what I saw was the sellers were showcasing their hands using their bids, and they were trying to slam the bids around this area. And when I see some slamming, I'm looking for a momentum to the downside and a continuation on the downside. And that momentum, you see this, like this is the continuation of the momentum that I want to see. Uh, and if I see the loss of momentum, like if you see I was only risking 10 cents, I've already got 40 cents out of it. Uh, and and that's a good risk reward. It could be I would start as a scalp, and if it comes to my break-even point, I'll get out. But if it works in my favor, then my risk reward is exponential. And that's the whole point of, getting timing your entries well on any trade. And I know 167 was the buyer last time. It might step in again. I don't know. I can keep trading the range until it gives me a real meat of the move. And uh, in this case, I think this area should fail. If it doesn't fail, then I might get stopped out break even. So here is the area I feel like I wanna add more at this point, and actually maybe let me add more here, and let's see how it works out. This is the area that I want to see it fails, and the volume is drying up on buying too. So If a new buyer comes in here, then I might get stopped out. But things for now are looking like it still has a chance to sell off. Okay, now there is a new buyer that stepped in. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think I'll have to get out now. Okay, all out, guys. All out. My average was 167.22. I gave few cents to go against me. So yeah, so that's the nature. Sometimes this could have easily gone below it and sold off to the low of the day. Bye. Bye. Mm. So yeah, so that's but now let's talk about the Tesla trade. Uh, oh, it's still working in my favor. So my share size depends on the risk I'm taking. And my risk is usually between 700 to $3,000 per trade. Okay, so now let's talk about the uh, Tesla trade. So Tesla, I personally did not have any conviction at the open on Tesla, and the reason was uh, it sold off to 335 yesterday, and it was gapped up and close to 345, 350, 346, 347, something area. Let's see where it was. Yeah, it was at 347. So in my understanding is that if it is since it's gaps up, the next area of resistance is 350. That's a $3, and $3 on a Tesla doesn't do anything. Like that's not the meat of the move that I would be looking for. I want to see how it does at 350 and maybe looks to see if it wants to come back to the range again. If it's weak, then it might come back to the range again, and if it's strong, then it break 350 and hold 350 and continues to go higher. So that was the whole indication of Tesla at the open. And at the open, I know it's not a trade of the open. It might set up later because more of an indication I was thinking that 350 is going to be that important level. So now what I saw was, let me bring up Epic Pen. So I don't see. Okay, here you go. So if you see at the open, either the stock is weak. It first of all it popped up, never went to 350, which was like usually stocks the market makers trap a lot of people. It doesn't, important level doesn't come straight away. It would take some time. So usually it would pull back, and now it's holding higher. Now it's making higher high. It broke the 350. Now this is the area I would want to short, but I don't blindly short it. I have to, if it's, if it's consolidate like here, the price action has to confirm me, and then it leaves, and then I might short around this area. But it never gave me that. It was a very straight down, and then, but it still made a higher high, and then still made a higher high. So when I see something like this, when the stock is trending higher, I would, when I see something like this, when a stock is trending higher at this point, now it sold off and then it broke like this, and now the trend was broken right here. And if the trend is broken, I'm like, okay, if the trend is broken, this is the area I might want to short. Yes, it is trending up, and this could all easily be a trap, this area, to just attract all the sellers, and then the sellers would step in and the buyers would squeeze. That's one case, and this another case is the sellers would continue to sell and they would continue and make another low of the day. So those are two areas that I was thinking that it would happen. So first time when I shorted it, I got stopped out right here. Let me zoom in. So the first time I shorted it, I was like, okay, this I wanted to short this area, and I did see 347 selling a little bit. It dropped a little bit, and then it's just stopped me out right here. And then once it rejected again, the sellers took over. There was a volume that came in. The sellers took over, and I was like, okay, now it can continue and then go down. It never did. And as when it was going down, it dropped a little bit. And here I was looking for taking some partials or taking some down, but it very quickly it was bought back up. And the way it was transacting, and there was no volume on the selling side either. So that made me change my thesis that, you know what, Paras, that was the thesis that you were more aligned on is not there anymore. I think it's the other way around because it's holding up really nice. And that's why I immediately got stopped out break even and actually flipped my position long right here. And once I flipped my position long, it never came even touching my break even. My stop loss was below 347. That was the area that I started seeing buyers. And then 347, and now it's at 351 scaled out for the breaker. And usually I'm looking for break of high of the day. And now I'm looking for, I was thinking of adding more long at 350 because 350 is the area where it should hold. And now it's holding, and I think it goes to 352 now. And I'll scale out on my profits on 352. So that's the trade on Tesla, guys. So this was a very profitable trade. You're literally risking around 50 cents here to capture what do you call how many? Two and a half, three, $4 move, $5 move. So that's a great risk reward. And things that don't work for me, I am very quick at getting out. It has to very quickly work in my favor. If it does not, because I take my decisions based on the momentum and the order flow and everything. And there are two benefits of it. First is you get out, you're not waiting on a stock to work out for you all day or hours and hours, and then and sometimes you stop out at break even. Uh, for me, it has to work right away or I'll get out. And when it works right away, uh, you usually tend to catch up a great risk reward. Same with and a lot of my trades you will see either I'll get stopped out very quickly or either it will work in my favor and it would not come back to my price. And I traded the NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still ranging. So NVIDIA, um, it was sold off. NVIDIA, the whole reason was I was more interested on NVIDIA was of two reasons. First is this was the important level. This on a daily, it break out of this, tested this, and then closed above the important level. So either if it sells off, it would sell off. So below 136, I was like, okay, I want to short below 136. But the way the stock was actually stepping up in the pre-market, I was more long biased on NVIDIA. And I was like, okay, this could easily hold and then break out to above 140 and 141. So that was the whole thesis on from a daily standpoint, and the way the price action was on the chart. Hey, have a great day, Ratrix. And if you see here, the stock was this is the stock, and this is actually maybe this is what it's holding this price. And from here it tried to pop up, but it respected this area, this point. So I was watching this stock very closely at this area because execution is much more important than your thesis. And once the volume came in around this area, so this is the area where if you see the sellers were dominant. The sellers were dominant. And this is this candle, like this candle, gave a little bit of uh, confirmation that the buyers are taking over. And this provided another confirm. Even though the price was going down, I would not short it because the volume price analysis was showcasing an anomaly. And once it was showcasing an anomaly, I would definitely like the trade was starting to confirm in this area, right? This area. Even though the price was going down, ideally I should have gotten a much better entry somewhere here at this point. Like this is my improvement area that I should have gotten an entry somewhere closer to 138.1 because there were multiple confirmations that are on the volume on this area that the sellers were just completely drying up and the buyers were taking over. So yeah, that's when I would want a long and the tape confirmed it. And then as soon as I get long, it very quickly moved close to the high of the day. And then all it's a game of scaling out to the top. My ideal exit was 140. I got maximum position out at 140, and then 140.50 was my final exit. So that was on uh, NVIDIA. And now let's talk about Google. Google was the only stock that I wanted to trade thesis on the. See, this Google again is now dropping. But yeah, now I'm not gonna touch it. I've already touched Google for 4 times already, and I don't want to overtrade on something that just I'm trying to prove my thesis. I still think that Google has a chance to go down, but it is just the way the sellers are not that aggressive. So okay. So any questions on Tesla or Nvidia? So for Google Trade ME, the the main thesis on Google, first of all, the only reason I had it on my watch list was the way everything was gapping up. And the only red ticker from a SPY or a SPY dominant standpoint or QH dominant standpoint was Google. And Google was And based, if you look at the daily as well, Google is keeps stepping down on so here the Google was it tried to pop up, the buyers trying to jump up. Here also, but it again gap down. Here the buyers are trying to jump up. It's again gap down. And once you see something like this, and that means the buyers are starting to give up. If the buyer's strength is not able to pull the price higher, and that's a chance. And today I thought that Google is gonna just flush, like no pullbacks, and it's gonna just give it away. And it's holding up pretty well, to be honest. I was expecting it would come to 164 area very quickly. Today I thought that the buyers have already tried to make this price go up. It is not going. Today is gapping down, even though the SPY is up, and it would just flush very quickly, uh, just because of the relative weakness that Google had this morning. And if you see the pre-market, it sold off and then it did a pullback. And I love these trades. I love trading these pullback trades. Like my thesis has changed when this gets lifted. Once 168 gets lifted, my thesis has changed. And then the stock can go rally right here. But if it comes back and pulls back to these areas, I would love to short that area. And just because it's a pullback from a big picture standpoint, it could feel like it's a long at the open. It could feel like it's like a 1 minute opening range break up or something. But but on a bigger picture, when you understand that bigger picture, and I started seeing a very heavy selling pressure on the tape at 168. And once I saw that, I shot it right here. And I actually wanted to add more here. I mistakenly got out a little bit, but I wanted to add more because I was like, this is very quickly started working in my favor. But I mistakenly covered some, but then eventually scaled out on my profits at the pullback. Uh, I added more. And this is the place where the entire SPY was starting to rally. And considering that Google is like, I would usually hold on to my position and then let it go and then stop out break even. But in this case, the SPY was completely rallying, and I was like, okay, things are rallying in a very Nvidia was rallying, every stock was rallying at this point. I was like, if this is down, the buyers are gonna step in because the SPY is gonna bring back the price. So I completely got out right here. So so yeah, that was Google. I tried couple of times, same area that I was interested in. If you look at it, I'm interested in this 167 area. So all these 167 areas you see, I shorted here, stopped out break even. I shorted here, very quickly got out. A few cents here and there. And then shorted again. This was in front of you guys and stopped out break even. So and now this this actually dropped the 167. And now it's coming back. I think it has a chance to go sell off. I'm taking one more shot on Google. I'm taking one more shot on Google. Let's see if it has a one last chance for it to provide me some. Yeah, it's not. The buyers are stepping up again. I'm adding a little more on Google. Here was anticipating that it would flush here. It did not. Let's see. I'm taking some off. I'm here, I'm just a little. My average is 167.07, and I don't know what to do with this right now. I did see a seller, but that this flush I should have seen a little faster. I did not see a faster flush. Yeah, I'm getting out, guys. I don't like it. I'm getting out. All out. Yeah, I got my average was a little uncomfortable. So usually what happens is when you're shorting this stock, right? Usually what happens is once it drops like this and it pulls back, the sellers would start dominating. These are like shorting the pops, would start dominating and flush the price very quickly. And I wasn't seeing that. Still was finding some buyers who are trying to take over. So that makes me uncomfortable. I want to be in the I want to be in the riding seat very quickly just because of the momentum that's in my favor. And once it doesn't go in my favor that quickly, because I'm playing my cards based on the psychology of the market. And if the psychology is not in my favor, usually I would either get stopped out or break even. Yeah, see that? I'm very happy that I completely got out because I could have easily waited for a stop out above 167.25. But if you don't like something and if you are able to see something that and you can read between the lines, like what you call like read between the order values, you can get you don't have to wait for your stop loss to hit. I traded PLTR also, but those were like small, quick scalps, no major moves. I shorted at here, took one partial, stopped out break even. Shorted right here, took a partial, stopped out break even. So nothing crazy. What is OKLO? I didn't touch Hims. Hims was a very good shot. And I think I would have taken a shot on Hims. I don't think I would have taken a long, but I would have taken a shot on Hims. The only reason I couldn't take it because I had limited screens and I wasn't watching Hims as a ticker. But uh, if I was at home with all the screens, I would have definitely seen it and I would have taken it. But yeah, overall a very, very good day. Very happy with it. Oh, Tesla, I'm holding it for the break of 352. Yeah, Google is now back into this area. Yeah, it is a chop fest. So the move is done on HIMS. Of course, it's like what it would do is currently what it's doing is it's doing a bottoming action. This is a sold off, pulled very tight pullback, dropped. This is the first leg, big leg, second leg. Usually second leg and third leg are very tight on this. And now it's coming back above this area. This was the bottoming action. Now to try to break, come back up, maybe make a cup and handle something, and then try to come back up to the VWAP, or maybe might something tomorrow, just how it's sold off. But how much has it moved? It also depends on that. So yeah, this got rejected, and it was trying to make the highs. It got rejected really hard. So now what I would want to see is below. I do not want to see it go below 55. If it goes below 55, then the job is done, the character is done, and it can go further down to 47.50. But if it this holds and gaps up tomorrow a little bit, then that means that the buyers were absorbing all the selling, and then eventually it starts stepping up, step up, and look for the break again of 65, 66. That's what I would think about. Yeah, I slept. It's too early for me. So any questions? Any questions in the chat room? Sorry, in the YouTube chat. How was your trading? Uh, in the YouTube chat. Did you guys get some good moves? Nvidia was good. Nvidia was. Is there a place I would sell Tesla? Not today. Not today. I think if Tesla gives away 350 today. Like if it consolidates, like if it comes here, breaks 350, and then consolidates somewhere here, and then I might think about shorting Tesla. But currently it's strong, guys. I do not think it's a short. And it can try to hold the 350 level for all day. It would try to break 352 uh, and hold the 350 level. The buyers would use 350 level as a wall. Oh, big wrestler, nice. Yeah. Uh, Great thing, Paul. Okay, hello. CRWB. CRWB is strong. I haven't even traded once on CRWB. This is strong. This just keeps making new highs. Wow. This is a recent IPO too. It came on, its opening price was 40. 1.5 months, it did not do nothing. And the last 20 days, it is up close to 300%. Oh, I traded AMD too somewhere. I, uh, I tried to short it and then got out. I don't know what did I did here. Yeah, Google is again very choppy. I'm very tempted to get short again on Google. I think it has a chance to go low, but I don't want to touch it. I'm very happy with the day and got a really good moves on certain stocks, especially Tesla was, I did not plan to get this move on Tesla, but worked out really nice. Okay, I can take up any questions, anything that you might be, any basics, doubt, any questions that you are struggling with. Yeah, this is gonna be my last week in YouTube. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Adrian. Yeah, so I think next week onwards, Thor is gonna be taking over, and I would be in the chat room. Permanently, Ravi, it's not sure if I want to move permanently, but I would be visiting Vancouver often. There you go. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, and Thor is an amazing, equally amazing guy, much, much better than me. And I am sure he's gonna be adding a lot of value. I think learn from everybody, and if you wanna see me, join the chat room, guys. Like, try it out. It's a Yeah, thank you, Adrian. Cheese fest. What does that mean? Is that a good thing? Cheese. Like I love the way he articulates his English and the way he the articulates his words is like very understandable. So yeah, there are swing traders in BBT. There are quite a few, like there's some swing trade through options, some swing trade through equities. Brian has a swing trading book himself, and uh yeah, there's RD had one swing trading, no, not RD, he had on options. Brian has a swing trading book uh on BBT. Check it out. How do you move from one range of profit making? I started out with 10,000 and I have made profits, but I keep losing back to 10,000. Hmm. So that's the one thing of keeping the profits is, let us say you, uh, let us say $300,000 or $100,000 account, okay? And the way you keep increasing your account and responsibly is like a lot of times what we do is we tend to get overconfident and uh, very egoistic on the skills that we have or the money that we have made. Is that we look at our account and we see it has gone so much, and then we make one mistake and we give back all of our profits. So one thing that you can do is once you are up on a certain, like after a month or something or a week or something, whatever is comfortable for you, move your money around out of your trading account. And the way you grow is keep, if you're made like keep 10% of your monthly profit inside the trading account so that you're growing your account. Pull out 90% of your profits and keep 10%. So let us say on a $100,000 account, you made, let us say, $20,000 per month. Okay. And on a $20,000, remove the 90%, keep $2,000 into your trading account. So now your trading account is at $102,000. So this is your base value of the account. Then next month, you're again, let us say $30,000 or $20,000 again. Take off the 90% and then keep another 10% on this. And you'll have another 2.5K addition added to the account. So now your trading account becomes $104,500. So keep doing that month over month, and your trading account would increase, and you don't have uh that ego building up that you have that much money in your account. So you'll not risk that big enough that you can't handle. And you'll slowly, gradually, step by step, you will be increasing your account as well. So yeah, that's general. Yeah, it used to happen to me too. Like I would see a certain number and then I would take irrational trades and then I give back all my profits. Uh, Mhm. But this way it basically helps you keeping your profits. You want to see me on TV? Yeah, one of the person who enrolled forgot one of the person who enrolled on the tape reading course. I think she projected the my course content on TV, and she used to watch every single day. And she used to watch that quiz, and she texted me the picture of how her daily routine looks like how she projects it and just watches it. Yeah, it has to be between greed and risk. Okay, guys, I think it's top of the hour, so let's wrap it up and have a great rest of the day. See you guys tomorrow.